Do we need a minute?
Nope.
Do.
I'm good.
I'm good too.
Oh, I realized that I have to stop being a cheater.
Oh,
What
yeah.
do you mean?
Please stop doing that. What did you cheat on?
Well, I found out that I have too many spells. I did my math wrong. I
Oh
need to
yeah.
take one
Well,
of these
math
away.
is hard. Don't worry about it. Just scale back and get your shit together. Welcome, friends, to another game of Skyfall 5th Edition. My name is Lucian, your DM as always, and I'm joined by the Harbingers of Redemption, who are starting their main quest today. On their last session, they had milled about town, finishing up a couple of things, and I think that you also concluded... yes, a bit of work. There was a wooden mill outside of town run by a man by the name of Bardane, who was beset by winter wolves, massive ones, that had killed the majority of his crew and caused the city to at least run a little bit dry on firewood, something you definitely need in the middle of winter. You managed to fix the problem, and though you didn't exactly find their nest or even manage to find out if you killed all of them, the guard told you that they had left the premise and the wolves hadn't been seen since. You were paid, and after that had a rather chance encounter with a member of the Wizard Spire. Maverin stole away towards your house and gave you all a proposition, a somewhat dangerous and clandestine one that you took him up on, and now have been transported away somewhere else in the land. So, to bring you back to this session, you have all lost consciousness, darkness taking in all of your vision. And when things come back to you and you can see once again, you're outside of what looks like a very, very small settlement. You're all standing in a dirt road. It is indeed still the cold of winter, though around here there is very little snow, and you can see patches where there is none and the ground lays beneath. As you step around on the dirt, you hear the crunch of frost-laden ground. And this little bit of dirt road that winds up goes to a village, which looks like it might only have about 1,000 people in it. Simple wooden buildings can be seen up there, and there's a very sort of simple little cluster of houses here set up by a lake. With that, I leave the game to you. What do you all wish to do?
I just want to turn towards Maverick and ask him where we are.
He looks over his shoulder and stares off into the distance, peering at the little town just down the dirt road. He says, I think that's Hazanth right there. Spell worked. We're here.
So that puts us back into Aurelium?
Yep. Hope that's not a problem.
Well, I kind of stare back at my crest and I'm just trying to decide if I should stow it or not. There is technically a ceasefire.
Yeah, but how much do you want to risk that?
Yeah, he looks over at Tarascan and nods and turns back towards you and says, probably a good idea to hide that if you could.
I take off the cape and I put it into my backpack.
Okay.
These fires are for pussies.
Maverin looks at you all and sees that now that you've all finished this spell here, you're not actually doing so well. And something else seems to have happened as well. It looks like it's early morning, and when you had done this spell, it was late in the evening. The sun rises off in the distance. The other bit which is different is that one of your party members seems to have been quite ill, and the young Ander, perhaps because he's not used to magical teleportation, holds his stomach here and feels quite ill. And Maverin looks over at him with a look of sympathy and turns back towards you and says, I think that I'm going to be down one for today.
Oh,
We're
he's
gonna
not
be
here
down
today.
too if we
Oh,
include
I
his
didn't notice that.
pet Bastion.
Oh,
Is
Bastion's
Bastion?
there too as well. Yeah.
Is he sick or is he following us?
He just follows behind Anders. Table talk, he will not be helping you in combat, and will just kind of stay around his master.
Alright. Can he walk or?
Yes, yeah, he'll follow you guys wherever you choose to go. Table talk.
Alright. Yeah. I So where was it that that report was from?
He turns to you and he says, the message that came through the stone said that they had made it to Hazanth. And then later on, another message came through, and that was the distress call. So, somewhere between here and the next town up north is where they should be.
Well, do you want to try to pick up anything in the town, or do you want to follow the road, see if we can get any track of them?
I don't know, that's up to you.
Let's venture into the town first.
Yeah.
See what time of day it is, and then, or see what the day is, and then let's head off in search of them.
Okay. So you wander up to this little village. Maybe 1,000 people live here with these very simple wooden buildings, some of which don't even have wooden roofs, just kind of like hay thatched over top. And there's a little lake that can be seen beyond it here, which spreads out. It's really quite beautiful. The townsfolk seem like very simple folk. The commoners here likely work the farms that can be seen outside of the village, or perhaps do hunting in the little wasteland beyond. They're not the kind to have much industry, and you don't see anybody who goes by who really seems to be wearing the regalia of like a noble or anything like that. Even the city guards seem to be very sort of simply equipped militia.
I'm gonna stop one of the guard and say, "Excuse me, sir. Do you have a perfect here?"
He looks over and he says, No, Hazanth doesn't have a perfect.
You just respond to the will or to the whim of Perfect Vivian then?
No. To be honest, we kind of keep to our own affairs. Why are you from one of the largest cities?
We're in search from orders of a larger city. We weren't given any information though.
Oh,
As to
sorry to tell you, you might have traveled this cold road for nothing.
Was there a group of adventurers through here recently?
No, not adventurers. There was a caravan, though.
How long ago was that? Actually, for that matter, we've been on the road for a while and unfortunately have lost track of time. What is the day today?
It says it's the 44th of winter.
That's not bad. Yeah, it's just the next day. Alright, cool. Alright, and when did the caravan come through?
It says, yeah, big caravan. A couple of horses pulling a carriage. Don't see too many travelers out here. They came by a few days back. They stopped in town. I think they maybe got some supplies from a little general store and then they left. Haven't seen them since.
Did you see the direction that they headed off in? Did they take the road or?
Yeah, they took the
Otherwise.
road. You notice, by the way, that there is only one road that goes into Xanth, and so it's kind of like a little side area here if you look at the map.
Mm-hmm.
So you know there's not really any way they could go unless they were going to travel off-road, maybe take the lake or something.
When they left, they took the road again. They
Yes.
popped in and popped out?
He nods to you. Says,
Interesting.
back a few days when they came in, it's a little bit of a snowstorm, and I think the lake was frozen over. You can't really have any boats traveling anywhere. Don't think they'd want to ditch the caravan either.
That's fair.
So, what are you folks doing in town?
We're in search of that caravan. It's been a while since we've heard anything of them, and we were just a bit troubled as to what may have happened.
Interesting. Okay. Does anybody else have questions for this guard as he kind of stands there looking you all over? You're clearly a bunch of very well-equipped adventurer types. Definitely the kind to stick out like a sore thumb amidst all these common people.
I'm just like extremely like disapproving of this dude, like glaringly disapproving of him.
Okay. He notices
But, like-
this, and he says,
like-
I should get back to my work. And he actually just steps away and leaves the group. And then Mavrin looks over at you all and he says, that went well.
Yeah, we got the information that we needed. Was there anything else you wanted to find out, Master Spellcaster?
He shakes his head. Mavrin pauses for a second, looking around. He says, "I don't know what kind of information we're gonna find here.
No.
I'm hoping
neither did I, but
hoping we can find their caravan out there as soon as possible, or weather does to it what it will."
all right. Well, let's set on our way then. I look up at the sky to see what time of day it is. Like you
The
said,
sun
it was
is
morning.
cresting over the horizon. It's very, very early in the day, like a rooster crowing off in the distance, kind of early.
All right. Well, let's.
That's the one.
Are we
Let's-
feeling hungry or?
Oh yeah.
You had eaten the previous day. You could go to eat, like you could eat, but it's not pressing, because it is so early in the day, you know.
All right. Let's head out on the road while the morning
Yeah.
is still early and before more people ask questions as to who we are.
Yeah, so I agree. I just don't want to be anywhere near an Aurelian town.
All
Okay.
right.
So the group
Travel.
leaves, and are you going to all travel around, hopefully finding this caravan?
He said it left along the road, and we were sure that was in between here and Saren. So yeah, sure, head up the north road.
Okay. See how you fare. Alright. Travel is not particularly good to you all. Do you have rations and the like?
Yes.
Do we have Goodberry technically?
Well, you do, but Ander won't be able to
Oh.
help you with that.
It's Andrew, yeah. Alright.
Oh.
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
I
I
know.
need you all to subtract 3 rations, and somebody needs to give up 3 for Ander as well.
That leaves me with 2 wolf meat rations.
Okay?
All right. Are you giving Ander the ration as well, or no?
Yep.
Okay.
So 3 days go by, and it's a day where a very light fall of snow is surrounding you. You can see there's maybe about an inch that covers everything, and you get to a point on the road where you clearly see the remnants of this caravan. It has swerved off of the road and lays roughly about 30 to 40 feet off of the road here, covered in a light sprinkling of snow. And Mavrin looks over at it, and he then looks to all of you with a look of recognition.
Someone
Alright.
is drunk.
Pardon?
That's it.
Pardon?
It's the caravan there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
Well,
go investigate. Is there
well,
anything that-
let's try to be, well, if they were sending a distress call, try to be sneaky about it. This could be a trap.
Mavrin nods towards you, Airless, and he says, "Have to approach with caution. Nobody in the Order knows exactly how Yanshi manages to do this. I don't know what we're going to find here."
Well, I turned to him and I said, well, grabs you. I remember that when it was skeletons that came after us. I remember, well, at least bony hands.
Master Wizard, do you have any sort of detection spells on you?
I have prepared detect magic, but I don't know what it'll find.
Let's sit here and... Can you cast it as a ritual as I can?
Sounds good.
Alright.
Well, hold up.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm a paladin.
Mm-hmm.
And I use divine sense.
Oh.
Are these wagon tracks?
Yes.
Alright, and that's a wagon.
Yep. You can certainly use Divine Sense if you'd like. So that lets you detect, if I remember off the top of my head, stuff like fiends and celestials, that kind of thing, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Fiend, celestial, or undead.
Alright, so you guys will have access to both that and detect magic, so pretty good. Pretty good. As you approach, let's see here, you see that Mavrin has quite a bit of caution with him, and he almost like tippy-toes his way through the snow as he makes his way over and starts to investigate the caravan. And if you guys wish, I will have all of you please roll an investigation check.
Alright. Investigation. Let's use the
Everybody's
dice
favorite
tower,
roll.
because that's never... Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh, I almost got a 1.
Or...
Do I have any bonus on investigation? Nope, so just 13.
That's a 2.
13.
Okay, nice.
Yep.
So with 13, you managed to find a couple of things, but to everybody else, this is what you see. The caravan lays here without any semblance of life. Towards its front, there are a couple of hookups that would attach to horses there, like a wooden post with a bunch of leather straps, and there the horses appear to be gone. You see that the back end of this caravan has a compartment to it, much like a trunk, which is currently opened, and a large amount of it seems to be emptied. And you can see that inside of this back portion, it looks like there's like a crate that's been left back there, which has also been opened and seems empty. And the side doors of this caravan are empty as well, like they're flung open with no contents inside. And all about the whole thing, you notice something. You don't see any blood. Airless, as you're looking around, with your 13, you catch a couple of other things. The first thing you note is that the horses don't appear to have left any tracks. They're just not here. Interestingly enough, around the caravan, you find one thing which seems to be a little bit different, which doesn't really fit the pattern of everything else, which is that inside of the caravan, resting on one of the cushions here, which has like a light little covering of snow from today's weather, there's a little bird cage with a frozen bird that lays at its bottom. Apart from that, you see empty scroll cases strewn about, some tools, that kind of thing. No trace of life.
If I look at the bird, it seemed like frozen, like stiff, like it was cold out, or was it flash frozen?
Interesting. Roll Arcana for me.
Oh, yeah, it's so mean. All right.
You have no idea. To make matters more complicated, the Detect Magic spell that Mavrin is running seems to have turned up nothing, and as he looks around here, he turns back towards the group and says, I don't detect anything. And likewise, Pavel, your divine sense is ringing nothing in as well.
I point out to Maverick and everyone else, now that I'm relatively sure this area is, like, there's nothing here. I say, if you look around, the tracks, like, they haven't gone anywhere. There's, whatever it was, whoever was here, disappeared, like, almost instantly, but, I mean, Maverick can use anything, and I show him this bird. I mean, it's the one living thing that wasn't taken.
I don't know. I'm not sure if it was forgotten or it's not.
Why
You
would
know
they
if
carry
use.
around a bird anyway?
Do you know if they had any
It's tough
cargo
to say.
on this? Because what I noticed is that when we were taken by them, they didn't take anything from us. They weren't after anything. They were just after us.
It's strange indeed. But I do know that this caravan was supposed to be delivering supplies to the Wizard Spire, so perhaps they found something of value. There's empty scroll cases laying around. I wasn't able to find out what it was that was supposed to be on the caravan, but I'd imagine that probably scrolls in here.
Is there anything? Can I look around and see if there's anything intact? That you say scroll cases, like actual scrolls, are empty?
Sure. As you go and look about, you unfortunately don't find any scrolls laying around, just their containers. There's a great deal of them, most of them clustered in the back here, and a few of them just kind of laying on the frozen ground outside of the caravan.
I wonder if Yanxi was looking to learn something.
It's possible. The records put it at maybe 800 to 1,000 years that he's been alive. Would certainly know the value of spells. I can only imagine what kind of power he has.
Yes.
I was honestly hoping that we would find something here, though.
Wow. This is interesting, though. Because when we were first returned, we returned in Aurelium. Here, we are also in Aurelium.
Yes, I was
It could
wondering
be.
how far off are we from
Darren.
Uh,
Oh yeah, here.
the High Elf?
Oh, from those ruins?
Yeah.
Those ruins were...
Oh,
Let's see. Those were about over here.
Well, no, those were the first ones. I meant the ones where.
Oh, right. Yeah, those were out in the field. Yeah. So, Maverick kind of steps away from the group right now, and it looks like he's in very deep thought. And takes out what looks like a notebook and kind of just stares at these different things and scribbles down, leaving your group to its own devices. What do you guys, what do you guys talk about? What do you chat about? What do you think's going on here?
I turn to them and I say, well, it looks like they were seized, but the one thing that I wonder, does this have anything to do with those? Well, is that... I understand that Yan Shi has returned, but whatever that beast was that escaped from the Elven dungeon...
The Void Star.
I feel like this has something to do with the Void. Or maybe those creatures it left behind. Perhaps we should go to investigate that area?
Sure. Let's. Well. Yeah. I'm split between investigating where the Void Star, where we first encountered him, and heading towards where we were disposed of when we exited the puzzle box the first time.
What seems even more peculiar to me, though, was, I don't know about you, but when I was captured, I was riding a horse. My horse wasn't taken, it was only me. I'm wondering why they took the horses from the carriage as well. There has to be some reason.
Oh, any thoughts, Pavel?
I'm just wondering when we get to hit something.
Okay, that's fair.
I looked at Mavrin. I'm wondering if he's done it. I say, I wonder if Yanchi's power. Do you know if it's contained within Aurelion?
Nobody knows exactly where he is.
I mean, he seems so far to have only exerted his power here.
You honestly don't know where the majority of the attacks occur. It's useful to know act here, and so...
I wonder, I turned to everyone else and I said, do you remember that man we saved? From Yanxi, he was...
Oh, yeah, give me a second. Acer.
I wonder if we should try to find him.
Oh, I did not write down where he...
Mavrin turns towards you and says another one survived?
Yeah,
Yes.
there's this man we met named Acer. He was...
I'll be right back. I need to take care of my cats. I'm sorry.
I believe it could do well for us to describe to you what we found in this other dimension. We woke up in these, I guess you could call them cells. And there were 3 cell houses. They were each connected to a platform by 3 extremely long bridges spanned over a void. We were all in one. Nobody else was in that one. When we moved to the second one, it was utterly destroyed. It seems like something had blown it away. There was only a small amount left. And when we went to the third one, we found Acer. Except he was near death. It's weird that they would have killed him, but not us. What I wonder is, if we were all meant to be great souls, is there any sort of inherent power that comes with it? Something that Yanxi could use?
I'm not sure what he does with the people that he takes away, but he would be more valuable. Perhaps even alive, more than dead.
Well, I'm asking more about the great souls. Can you harvest power from us?
Could be. It's definitely nothing that I've researched.
Should we go back to Saren and see if we can find, figure out where were left off from coming back from the puzzle world?
And if you think it could help, we could return to that area. Do you know what? I'm thinking of what they would have gone through Saren. Never made it there. I wonder if, when we returned from that world, we returned with a puzzle box. It seemed that when Smoke looked into this puzzle box, he was taken away in some sort. I wonder if we can, I don't know, try to find any evidence of survivors in Saren. Though I don't believe there would be any. No tracks, nothing at all.
I'm not sure what this man Acer would tell us. It sounds like he would probably know the same that you would.
Well, I wonder if he's a great soul, that is the... If he is, we understand what Yanshi is going after. It can't be a coincidence that we were all great souls taken together.
No, I just...
It's probably not coincidence, but I don't know what to make of it.
There's not enough clues here.
We need to figure out where to find... how to get into the world.
So here's the question then, because it seems like, from what you described, this wouldn't be of any worldly place. It must be some sort of pocket dimension or some sort of horrible plane of existence. So, if Yanshi is there, and he has a puzzle box, then it's likely that he's inside of this puzzle box.
The most interesting inside of a puzzle box.
So the one that you lost was likely a key back into that world. But what's weird is why you would have that.
I wonder if he wanted us to escape. Not taking our weapons would be foolish.
That complicates things.
And his...
We lost the puzzle box when we were at the inn, did we not?
He had guards. Guards inside of some sort of pyramid that guarded the puzzle box. They let us pass.
Well,
What kind of
that was due to Damien talking to them. He convinced them otherwise.
Convinced them.
What happened?
But he never convinced him that we were Yanshi.
No, but he told us that he convinced them that we were something to do with Yanshi. We were vassals of his. We were his guests.
Wasn't Damien the one that had that dark book?
Yes, he was.
Yes.
But the void emerging and Yanshi here at the same time, that also can't be. I wonder if we should see... What if we should try to make our way to the jungles?
To the jungles? I was thinking the forest in which we exited.
Well, those people, we understood that people were being taken in the jungles. And what I wonder is if it is because of Yanshi. If my idea is right and his power is strongest in Aurelium, and that is why he attacks people in Aurelium, it would make sense that he might concentrate his power in an area like the jungle where no one's been returning from.
Well, then let's head south to the jungle.
Do we really want to walk directly into its trap?
No, that's why I'm only thinking.
The only issue is what other choice do we have?
The way I see it, there's a few things that we could do. Could try and speak with this Acer, or try and find the last place where you had the puzzle box, but...
Other than that, the rest of it is just on a whim. Too much. Like, there's no specific connection yet, and if we can't find anything, then...
Well, there is one connection.
Between the jungles and...
No, not even, because that's just a guess. But you said that your friend Damien had spoken with his guards?
Yes.
And now he's gone through some dark book, which, by the way, has you wanted for Wizard Spire. I think that might actually be the strongest lead that we have.
You want us to find Damien?
I don't know. Well, think about it. There's nothing else here.
Well, finding Damien now would mean heading north.
How is
the
it
way
that he
back.
abducts these people in the first place?
Not entirely sure.
Well,
That's...
for us, it seemed to just be an attack out of nowhere. I was riding along a road, and out of nowhere, with
So,
hands all on me, just seizing me from my horse. And after that, I don't remember anything but being dragged.
if that's okay, so if we know that, was it the same for you as well, Tarascan?
As I was walking along the road, I got hit from behind and I awoke being dragged into a cell.
So we know it's either a single person that does the abduction or a group. If it's a group, we would definitely know. And this caravan, if it was traveled for the Wizard Spire, would definitely have a retinue of guards with it. So if there was a whole group, why are there no tracks here at all? How did they even attack the caravan, leaving no scuffle?
Well, it's obvious that they didn't want us to find anything.
So you think they cleaned up afterwards?
Well, I think they tried to make it seem in another way than it was.
Could have
I
framed
don't understand what he would need with simple magical scrolls, things that were needed at the Wizard Spire. He would most likely already have knowledge of that kind of magic.
It could be that they weren't simple, but there's no way that I could get the records, in all honesty. I took what I could. In fact,
do you have?
I'm not going to be traveling back to Solsland when this is all said and done. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yes. Possession of items that might not exactly be yours with or without permission.
So I figured that hunting down young is probably more important. Tired of my old life at this point.
That's fair.
Are there any other refuges for wizards that you know of?
I'm not
We'll
sure
worry
where
about
I'll
that
go to.
after.
Yeah,
We'll
it
worry
seems
about
like
that
an
after.
issue to deal with.
That's
later.
irrelevant right now.
Speaking of
Cool.
people being tired with their old lives, didn't we forget about Smoke?
No, Smoke is currently being...
He's being kept so that he can be revived.
Yes, you
Didn't
know
we just
that
have
you
the
have
gold to revive her?
you have until the 44th of autumn to bring Smoke back from the grave, and that's autumn 1402.
Smoke is the only one who had contact with the puzzle box, but unfortunately, Smoke is back in Soulsland,
I turn
laying
to,
on a table dead.
I don't suppose that, Mavrin, you know how to revive somebody.
He shakes his head. He says, I don't possess that magic.
Huh. There has to be a reason for all this, that he let us go.
He's a necromancer. He's most
But
likely
he
he's
wouldn't
trying
have-
to achieve lichdom. Like he's
Well, he's
he
already
has to
800 years old.
yeah.
It's
He
probably
already has
there.
to be there.
Then what need would he have for us if he's just going to let us go?
He wants souls. He wants more souls. He wants to keep cultivating what he has. He
Either
probably,
power to extend his life, most likely.
With
He
the
probably
amount of
didn't
power
recognize
he had, he should be able to keep us.
he probably was off to different endeavors. We were just there as side things. He probably
Seems too convenient the way that it all turned out. I don't. It all seems run around so many loops for us to try to find him.
Tell you what, I'm going to set up camp here. I have in my backpack a small tent and plenty of food. I'm gonna see if maybe I can find something else about this caravan. It's the strongest physical lead that we have when it comes to anything. I don't know what the next course of action is, honestly. I wish I had more. I was definitely hoping to find something except for this desiccated,
Is-
fruitless caravan.
The wagon crashed, or is it just like at a stop?
No, it's just at a stop, and both of its four wheels look like they're in perfectly fine condition.
The tracks leading it off of the road, are they, like, seem controlled, or they seem swerved, as if the driver lost control of the horses?
Interesting. As you look back there, they definitely look swerved, and it doesn't look like the driver pulled off to the side of his own volition. Or if he did a very horrible job of it.
The one thing that I can see here is that this was obviously an ambush of some sort. Not enough information to piece together what we need to know.
Let's look around and see if there's any remains of charcoal or anything to suggest that they may have been staying the night out on the road.
Alright,
Okay.
area then.
Traskin, make a survival check, please, as you look around the area.
Survival, that is a 9.
Okay. You look around. There's no evidence of tracks that go anywhere. There's no evidence of a campfire anywhere.
Gone.
No little bits of coal, nothing like that. It's just barren. In fact, as you look around, you can see that this area of the land, with a single little dirt road that travels up, is very, very desolate. And there's little around here of anything. Just a shrub here, maybe a tree over there. It's just kind of like a field in any direction.
I want to look around and see if there's any sort of pattern to what's in this land, as if somehow he made a massive glyph on the ground.
What?
Interesting. Okay. Tracing around, this will be difficult because there is snow that covers the ground. But you can do that if you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Can we all look with him? See
Sure.
if we can find...
So, no roll for that. As you look around, you don't find anything like a magical glyph around. You don't find anything like a ritual circle that's been carved into the earth. Nothing. In fact, the earth is very cold, and it's kind of brittle underneath your feet. Your adventurer's boots giving a crunch whenever you walk around.
Yeah. The wagon itself, the caravan, is it also frozen, or is the wood just cold?
It's not frozen. You don't see, like, icicles that form on it or anything like that. There's just a very thin layer of snow, and indeed, it is cold to the touch. Not abnormally so. Kind of what you expect for a cart that was just sort of left out in the...
I turn to Maverick and ask, is there any reason that they would have had a bird with them?
Don't know.
I just want to look at where, like, the trail starts to lead off from, like, being on the road when it gets to here.
Sure.
And just try to really inspect the ground, because none of this really makes sense.
Make a survival check again.
Alright. Wish we had our Master Ranger with us. Oh my god, that's worthless. That's an 8.
Okay. Looking around, you see over here at the road that the tracks of this cart have been laid down into the frozen dirt with quite a bit of like noticeable detail. Given that things have frozen over, it's really clear to see where they have gone. And so here, leading up the road, is a pair of tracks, the two sets of wheels, and then suddenly they jerk off to the side of the road. And then it looks like they try to steady themselves, and eventually the whole thing just comes to a rest over here.
They must have seen something in the road. It's obvious, but...
Or
Would
dragged
they even-
off of it.
Can I check, like, their area here for any marks, like, in front of it where they would have seen the road?
Sure, yeah, make a survival check.
Oh, what the heck? Do I have any... I don't think I have anything for survival, so... Nope, yeah, 11.
11. Okay. Looking around, it doesn't seem like there's anything there. There's no tracks or any indication that there would have been something here. see in the road what looks like the occasional track of some other caravans that have kind of gone here and there, but that evidence can be found everywhere along this road.
It seems we have two viable choices here. Either we go back to where we lost the puzzle box, or we go after Acer.
Or the third option, which you said was go into the jungle and try to find where people are being abducted.
Yeah, but for now it seems like the jungle is... I thought it could be related, but we don't have any proof relating it yet.
I don't know if you know anything about the Chronicle, but their members are pretty experienced, and if no one's actually come out of the jungle.
Oh, I didn't mean that they were wrong. I meant nothing relating it directly to Yanxi. Somebody else. It could be a group of bandits of some sort, or
So it would
extremely
have to be a
ferocious
massive
animals.
group. The jungle is huge.
Can't remember where Acer was from this year. Let's go back to Hasemer and Saren and check his tavern. And if not, then the only choice we have is to go into the jungle. Because
Yes.
we have no recollection of where Acer lives, and he, like you said, likely only has the amount of information that we have.
Okay. So you know that Hasemer is in the town of Saren, a town where the Lord Airless here was pilloried and had like rotten food and rocks thrown at him at the center square. Is this indeed where we're going?
Yep.
I'm not gonna go inside, but yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
you weren't there for that. That was the thing.
I was on good terms with Hasemer. So
Okay.
Yeah, we were all on good terms with Hasemer, but you remember Damien had to go trying to
Oh, let's not get into that argument.
Damien fuck food.
Alright.
Stupid wizards.
Sounds like a good
Magic.
plan.
Avrin turns to you all while you're finishing your thought here and says, "Good. Maybe you'll find something there. I suppose from Yanshi's perspective, Acer would be kind of like a loose end. But if he hasn't done anything to you, I don't know. There's really no way to tell what's happened.
That's why it makes me think that must have let us go.
Here, I'll stay here and continue to run some tests. Maybe I can find something. Come back to me as soon as you can. If I'm not here, I will likely be in the town of Hazanth nearby."
Is there any other way that we can contact you if we need
Well,
to?
I do think maybe I should stay with.
He shakes his head and says,
Avrin.
I tried to get more from the Wizard Spire, but I wasn't able to find a pair of sending stones. I'm sorry. I tried. Believe me, I tried.
Well,
Alright.
I could stay with you, Marvin. I have no intent of actually entering Saren.
Yes. Though, do you want to be that far away from your group? It's at least a few days uptown. Could be more. Who knows what the weather's like.
Look at what happened to these sorcerers on their own. I don't believe that you'd fare much better if you're stuck on your own.
Yes.
If anything was to happen.
Maybe I should go with you then.
Might be a good idea. We might be able to have you sense more than I could inside in the tavern.
I'm loath to leave this like this, though. I know we didn't find anything here, but I still feel like it's our strongest link.
Is there any way that we can bring this with us?
Well, I mean,
Unless you want to pull the caravan all the way up till we can get horses. Take a long time.
I turned to Pavel, and I'm like, shrugging a bit. Basically looking for what he wants to do because we'd be the ones pulling the caravan.
Yeah.
I ain't your vassal.
Lashed his bastion to the to the caravan. Pull! Pull!
I'm right in the cart.
Let's clean this up first. See if we can hide this, and then we'll be on our way.
Can I more carefully inspect the caravan before we do? Like if there's anything specifically about the wagon that would give us a hint? Like maybe are there any like scorch marks where the driver would have been or anything like
That's
that?
the only thing I was worried about. Is like there any damage, like the wheels or something.
He said that the wheels were fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the wheels look like they're in good condition. Checking out this other area, the seat at the front where the rider would be, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
But, like whenever you say that, it makes me think that there's definitely something there, and we just keep missing it.
Nah.
We are doing a murder mystery, in a way.
16.
16. Okay. Let's see. Looking here, you see something odd. What might be the first sign of struggle. There appears to be some dents here in the seat. It's otherwise just a straight wooden board that someone would sit on, like a bench. But here, there's a scuff mark, and next to an area which is almost indented a little bit, like where the driver probably sits most of the time, you see what looks like a scratch that runs along here. You're not sure if the scratch is perhaps something commonplace, like maybe like an old scratch that has been there for a long time, or if it was something that happened in scuffle, but there it is.
Does it look like it's from a blade or from something wider and shorter like a fingernail?
Ah. Upon closer inspection, it looks like a fingernail.
I tell everyone, wait, look at this. It looks like somebody was dragged from this seat. This here seems like a scratch from a fingernail.
Or someone just bored while driving.
What's that?
We see no signs of struggle. This could be because they cleaned up everything they could. I mean, this could just be the small piece of what they could not get.
Maybe. Could be old, too. It could just be something else. Might be right.
Well, do we want to head to Saren, or do we want to spend a day just investigating in this area, hoping that we can clear it up a bit to find if there's anything underneath the snow?
It's your choice.
Let's go to
Can I
Saren.
actually quickly look underneath the caravan?
Sure. Looking underneath the caravan, you can see a patch of dirt untouched by the snow. And there doesn't appear to be anything out of the ordinary with the caravan. You can see like its wooden axle and everything like that, otherwise just seems normal to you.
Makes no sense whatsoever.
And these are crates on the ground?
Yes, so it looks like some small containers must have been taken out of the back trunk of this caravan and have been left here. So each one of those is a little crate that's been left, inside of which you see some basic tools, like a little hammer here, some nails, that kind of thing. And in another one, you see a bunch of empty scroll cases. Their tops kind of left open with no contents inside. Scroll cases themselves have like no writing or anything on them, and same too for the crates.
I want to like lift them up and put them back on the carriage and see if there was anything underneath the crates themselves.
Oh, okay. No, you don't find anything there, but as you lift it up, you notice something, Traskin. Underneath this box, there's like a pool of blood that has been left there, and interestingly enough, underneath this crate, the pool of blood seems to end past the point where the crate would cover it. Like everything was cleaned, but nothing underneath here was cleaned.
So they tried to cover it up.
Lift all the
Literally.
other crates.
Yeah, and can I take a search through the chest that everything was in?
Sure, yeah. Let's see here. As you go checking the other ones, you find more evidence of some sort of horrid battle. You see what looks like blood spray underneath another one, a torn piece of cloth. Under another one, you can see what clearly looks like a dagger, which has been kind of like left on the ground, covered in blood. The chest that you investigate there, Tilrin, doesn't seem to have anything out of the ordinary.
Huh. So, they did clean it. They did try to remove any traces of a fight.
Hey, Lucian.
Hmm.
Would I be able to locate object like the owner of the
The
blood that I now see on the ground? Is that a thing I could do?
Oh,
I thought about that earlier, and I'm like, nah, there's no way.
Yeah.
interesting. With what spell do you try? Like, what are you thinking
Like
here?
like locate object.
Oh,
like-
from blood?
Yeah,
No.
like here's the blood on the ground. Let's see if I
Absolutely
can. Ow.
Can I,
A good
I
try,
think
though. Good try.
Seeing that they cleaned everything up, I mean, I understand they probably might have taken them with them, but can I find any, like shallow graves or anything in the area?
Oh. Yeah, so you've all done a pretty good sweep around here, and you go and give it a second check. You don't find anything like shallow graves. No holes have been dug out, nothing like that. No evidence of a camp, nothing. Mavrin looks over these bloodstains concealed underneath these items. He says, "This is strange."
What do you mean?
Well, they
Did
would
I
have
think
to use
kill them?
magic.
Someone else did.
Yeah.
Definitely some sort of casting at work here. Because
This
there's no
reminds
way
me
that
of-
someone could just mop up the blood outside.
Reminds me of prestidigitation.
I wonder if
This
it.
could be.
Yeah, it's prestidigitation.
So we know a caster is involved in the abduction, or maybe multiple. That's the case.
Wouldn't
I
that
wonder if
have
it
to
was
be a very
Yanchi
powerful-
himself.
Perhaps. They could have
But there's-
teleported out of here, and that's why there's no tracks.
That's what I thought, but there must have been something. Like, all these scrolls just gone? I mean, I don't believe a looter would come here and then just leave any other tools or even the wagon itself behind, so Yanchi is taking them.
He may not have thought that they were worthwhile his effort.
Can I come? I want to see, is there, like, any of the canisters that were, like, standing up so they would have had snow in them?
Oh, some of them, yes. You see a couple of the canisters which are like that.
The one standing up, how deep is the snow in them?
The snow in there is roughly about the same depth as everything else around you.
So, like, at the same depth as the tracks?
Yeah.
So if I had to guess, they were emptied at the same time.
Yeah,
Or
it
in,
looks like
the tra-
everything here seems to have been left here in a standstill, roughly at the same period.
So yeah, Yanchi must have taken these. Because of the fact that the amount of snowfall says they were taken at the same period of time. So, we
So
must have
some
been
sort of
looking for
caster
something.
either lays here in wait or teleports in with no trace, takes the caravan and its entire group of guards, cleans up afterwards, and disappears.
Do you know how? You know the rituals for teleportation circles, do you not?
I've read a little bit to them, but that doesn't help at all because
Let's
there would
look
have to be a
underneath
circle
some of this.
around here.
Well, let's look underneath the blood and see if there's anything remaining, if there was indeed, because it looks like this area was cleaned up, but as the blood might suggest,
I can use
hopefully there's something.
prestidigitation, maybe clear up the ground.
But that might clear up the circle itself. So,
I,
I don't know if we
Gently
really want to
sweep.
leave a teleportation circle here.
well, just to see if there is evidence of it.
I'm going to, I'm just gonna, like, is there any, like, you said we found some cloth. Can I just take that and throw it in the blood to try to, like, pull some of it up, or is the blood, like, frozen?
No, the blood is frozen and dried by this point.
So, like, could I lift it up in a chunk?
You could, like, try to, but it's pretty much attached to the dirt, which is also frozen.
I wonder if we could melt it then. We're not gonna be able to see anything that was on the dirt below it unless this blood is melted and taken away on its own.
Teleportation's difficult. You have to... There has to be, like, an object of interest that you're going to, or you need significant sigil or a draw point for the teleportation. I don't think that this area would really apply. Think about it. Like, where are we right now? There's
Well,
nothing around.
if there was an important item on the carriage, could they have teleported to it?
Maybe, But that would have had to have been planted earlier, and then why not just attack them then?
They didn't want witnesses from where the caravan was coming from.
Maybe.
I mean, they attacked us out in the wild.
I mean, it could have been.
Well, if Yanshi is not powerful enough to show his power out in the open,
We don't know that. It could be him. It could be that he travels here, and Yanshu would certainly have powerful magic.
would, but he might not be powerful enough that nobody else could stop him. What I'm saying is that he's not willing to openly show himself, show his power in a way to create fear. And I think that's because he's not powerful enough yet to do so.
I want to do something that Tarascan would only do because he's really, really desperate to figure out what the fuck's going on.
Okay.
Just because this is do with an undead necromancer. He's gonna back away about 10 feet while they're discussing, get on his knees, pull out his priest pack, and make preparations to try asking Solon for aid. Like trying to pray to him. for any sort of-
Interesting.
While he's doing that, did my family ever follow a certain god, or were they just all men?
No,
Did
they
you say it
had
was
their
Yen?
own, as far as
Yeah,
I know.
Yendu. Yeah, Yendu. I remember this conversation.
Which was it?
It was Yendu.
For his family?
Yep, his family followed Yendu. That's
Okay.
what you told me when I first asked if you were under Solon's light.
Ah, I see. Okay. Yeah, so you might want to jot that down there, Airless.
Yeah,
A
I'm
good thing
sorry.
to remember in your notes. So your house would probably have like a little altar, maybe tucked away into a room, something like that, but that would be about it.
Then I remade into one of Tilda.
Smash it with your axe.
So, I mean, did you draw any inspiration from Game of Thrones? Because, northern people following the Elder Gods.
No, not at all.
Huh. Weird.
I didn't really like Game of Thrones, to be honest, but I found out that a lot of my themes apparently are similar, so...
Yeah, a lot of them.
Curse you, George. Go ahead and roll a wisdom check for me, please, Tarascan.
Alright.
Let's see what you can drum up here.
18.
Okay. Set down your items, and for the first time in a long while, make a formal prayer to Solon. But perhaps unsurprisingly, given your past, there's no response, and you don't feel any divine presence.
And just when I'm done just waiting for the response, like when I finally give up, I'm just like, that's fair. Neither of us wanted my path. Hopefully I'll find confidence in you another time. I'll just stand up and walk back to the group.
Okay.
Useless.
Unfortunately, Faith wasn't much help, but... Well, is there anything else that we can do?
Oh. I think it's time to head back to the city.
Solslen?
Oh, Solen, or... God damn, what is it?
Darren?
Saren?
There we go.
Well, yeah, I guess we'll send, but we should hide this whole area first.
It's not like... I don't know what sort of magic you wield.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
Can't
I
hide
mean,
this.
wheel it into the forest and cover it in leaves.
There's no forest anywhere. He looks around, and you see, like, just the fields in every direction.
Mm-hmm.
Like an idiot. The forest.
You're feeling alright, Lord Airless.
Well, Master Wizard, if you would be able to clean off what you could, let's pack everything back onto the wagon. And Pavel, help me pull this. We'll head back.
We're gonna pull this thing back.
Sure, that could take many days.
Well, if you don't want to leave it here, then what other choice do we have?
Yes. I mean, I packed myself days worth of rations, but
I only have 2 days worth of rations.
I have some remaining, but
maybe we can purchase some in the next town.
We could try to get a horse, or a few, and bring them back here. If that's
Well,
2 days.
it still might not be here.
Do you have a good deal of wealth, Lord Airless?
The fact that it's still here is amazing.
I mean,
Pavel and Airless look at each other awkwardly.
I'm still looking. I'm just looking at my gauntlet. I'm like, it was worth it.
Ander pukes in the distance. Okay.
I just imagine that Lord Airless is going to be good at skipping stones across the lake now.
Table talk. This caravan is in good condition. Its wheels work fine, and if you guys wanted to, you could, as a group effort, pull this, despite the fact it was obviously meant for horses. However, it would probably double your travel time. And so the trip up to Tinticus would take you anywhere from 2 to maybe 6 days, depending on how the weather is.
Whoa.
If it's 2, I'm good. If it's 6, I'm not good.
So it's up to you guys.
I mean, I turn to, and I don't suppose you know Goodberry, do you?
Mavrin shakes his head and he says, "No, that's nature magic. I deal with the arcane only. Not exactly the best at that either, to be honest."
Well, let's head on our way to Saren then. We have no other leads.
Taking this caravan?
I mean, I guess...
If we can't survive with it, then we will survive without it.
Okay, well, at your request, I'll go with you. I'd rather stay here and watch over it, but if you don't think it'll be safe, I'll travel with you.
Rather you not die like a bitch while we're gone.
At that, he just kind of closes his book and tucks it into his coat. And he says, "Well, fine. Let's get going then."
I didn't know that Pavel was evil, but okay.
What?
Okay.
You know what? Your dickishness is getting to like an evil level.
What?
Oh.
I'm just crude. I'm not evil.
Yeah. That's... What? He's, like, wishing well-being on the dude.
I don't want you to die like a bitch.
Yeah, I don't want you to die. Alright, let's not get into the conversation of what the fuck alignments mean. Because that will just make me just rage.
Travel on the road is difficult. You get 2 days in, so all of you please subtract the 2 rations, and someone will have to subtract 2 for Ander.
I can't do it this time, guys.
I'll do it.
Okay, but you're not quite there yet. You're moving slowly, and on the 2nd day, you get bogged down in a snowstorm that whips up. You know that you're roughly about halfway there, meaning that at this slow pace, you have another 2 days ahead of you in this horrible weather. Are you going to keep going?
Where else can we go at this point? To Tinticus? Let's make a pit stop at Tinticus.
Okay, let's see here. By chance, the weather starts to get a bit better, and a single day traveling goes by before you eventually pull into the town of Tinticus. So everyone subtract another ration, and another one for your friend Ander.
Anyone give me a ration?
My ration? Yeah, that was the last ration that I had that I'm giving to Ander.
And Casey's out of rations too.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ander, in his ill state, will have to go a day without eating, and according to this...
No.
I'm giving him my ration.
Oh, okay.
I'm going without eating.
Okay, so you can go a number of days equal to your constitution modifier without eating. So at this point, you're getting into that. It's unpleasant, it's uncomfortable, and once you go over that, then you automatically just take exhaustion.
Mm-hmm.
So You make your way into town. 3 days you've been traveling on this cold road until you pull into the little city of Tinticus. Now, Tinticus is a place that you've been to before, but only briefly. You had stopped in here for a small moment on a way towards some ruins that were out in the wilderness there. And here, you can see that this town is much more a proper town than the little village of Saren. It looks like it maybe holds about 6,000 people, and you would know that there's actually like a couple of shops here in Tinticus that you kind of visited here and there. What do you guys want to do?
Find food.
Food.
Yeah.
Hasemer's brother or cousin was here. I remember that from last time, and Perfect Vivian is the one who's in charge. Tavern. I agree with Pavel.
Yeah.
Did you just admit you agreed with me about something?
Oh no, I agree with you all the time. Kill everything. As long as it corresponds with our Lord's light and your lady.
Right on.
Okay, interesting. So what's the first stop? Food?
Religious fools.
Okay. There is a little area here. Yes. Ah, you've been here before.
Oh wait, is this where I bought all those potatoes and got drunk?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, let's be honest. Table talk. You always go to a tavern first, same place. This is where you find everything you need to know about the world.
Yeah.
Just go listen to rumors.
Well, yeah, that's what we try to do.
Except potatoes. You know?
There is a familiar inn that you've been to before. You can see the little sign standing outside of the Rusty Flagon, a place that you had pit stopped in briefly. As you make your way inside, you find its very sort of simple accommodations and the warmth of its room, the smell of food, the crackle of the fire. It is... let's see here. It's quite late in the afternoon, and by the time that you've pulled in here, given how your travel went, it's kind of like the evening is starting up, and so people are starting to come in along with you. In fact, like, you see people who go in through the doors before you guys even followed them in, and the tables are starting to fill up, though there are free spots for you right now.
Can I take a quick scanning look for 2 dragonborns that are heavily armed?
You certainly can. As you look around, you don't see them.
Oh, good. Alright.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
You guys want to take a table, go to the bar? What?
Go to the bar.
Go to the bar.
Okay. You make your way over towards the bar, and the barkeep seems like faintly familiar, almost. These were days of travel long past, maybe even like a year ago kind of thing. And this person seems somewhat vaguely familiar, though it's clear that he doesn't really recognize you, and he turns over and he says, "Hey guys, what do you need?"
Food.
Alright. 3 copper.
Alright.
How
Here
much
you are,
for
4 copper for piping hot meal.
He
can I
takes
get
that.
you guys gonna order too, or?
Fuck yeah,
You know.
get me 2 meals and some goddamn ale.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get 2 meals and an ale.
The ale costs the same amount, so you can subtract as many times as you need 3 copper. And eventually, food is brought over towards you. The ale is simple, but it's good. And the food follows a very similar style. It's a stew. There's nothing really fantastic about it, but it's warm and it tastes reasonable. And after many cold days, just camping out with snow battering your your impoverished group, this is a nice change of event.
Trying it for the first time, can I take a piece of silver, put it in my hand, and try to turn it into copper? And you said that it could do that, so I want to see if the glove can. I've never tried it before.
No, you may have misunderstood me. It transforms coin into bars and back.
All right.
So you can take a gold bar and turn it into 100 gold coins, and likewise you can take 100 gold coins and turn it into a bar. And you can do that with other stuff, so if you want to make a copper bar, you could. But it doesn't go in between the metals.
Well, damn, that's Huh.
Yeah, because I just get a shit ton of copper. And
That's a bit more useless than I thought it was. All right,
what?
I'll just throw him. I'll just give him a silver and say keep the change.
Okay.
I give him a fucking gold piece and say, start a tab.
He gives you a nod and he says, "Sure, just tell me what you need." Takes away the coin, and sure enough, we'll bring you stuff as you guys need from that gold.
Isn't that 33 ales?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Worth?
Oh my god. Alright, well, I mean, I'm gonna eat through 2 meals and start drinking.
Okay. The group sits down, and the tables begin to fill behind you. The sound of folks eating and chit-chatting starts to ramp up throughout the evening as you eat here at the bar. And people seem to leave you to your own devices. Occasionally, like, a patron comes and sits down and chats with the owner, and then kind of gets up and heads off. You guys have been seated here for maybe, like, 10-20 minutes as you're eating. What do you want to do?
What time is it about?
Right now, it's like the middle of the evening. It's like dinner time central. You can see Mavrin turns towards you as you're all seated here, and he says, "You're gonna need to get a bunch of food for the road."
We are.
I motion to the innkeeper and I say, do you have any more non-perishable rations?
Let's see. The innkeep nods at you, and he says, "I've got some storage."
How much would you be willing to part with that storage?
Make a persuasion check, Taraskin. See kind of how much this guy likes you.
It's just a straight roll. Hey,
Oh!
he doesn't.
Doesn't. Okay. He tells you it's 10 silver for each of the rations.
Oh,
10
gold.
silver for each ration?
Yeah, so
The
a gold
gold.
piece per ration.
Motherfucker!
I'm gonna turn to him and try to just say, "Come on, man. We're looking to buy a few. So I mean, if we're buying a larger amount, would you mind bringing down the price a bit?"
Maybe. How much is a few?
I turn to everyone and I say, "Look, does 40
Like
rations
30, I'm
sound good?"
hungry, you fuck!
Yeah, like, does 40 rations sound good?
Yeah, I'd be
Yeah.
willing to put forward 10 gold with my own.
Um,
Not like,
we're just
30
we're looking to
gold.
like
Stop
we're looking
and
for like
give me
40 to
food.
50 rations.
I could bring the price down a little. How about 8 silver?
Make it 7, we have a deal.
Roll persuasion.
18. Oh,
Fine. 7 it is. So
Alright.
let's see here. So at 40
would be
rations, that's
21.
280 silver.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
that was actually 20, but I guess it doesn't matter. Alright.
So that would be
So-
28 gold pieces.
alright, I put
I'll
down
slap
20
down
of this. You guys pay the rest.
Wow.
20.
20?
Alright.
Damn. Alright, I'll throw down 8 gold pieces.
Hey, since I am like the richest kid in the group now, I gotta chip in.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys go ahead and hand this over, and soon, making his way around his storage room, the barkeep starts to bring over all of your food, and eventually piles it into a large bag for you guys to kind of do with as you please.
10 each.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yep.
Did we buy 40 or 50?
40.
40, alright. 10 each.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright,
Did we just had 10 rations, or?
Yep,
I want-
10 rations apiece.
I'm just wondering if they're like special in any way, like 10 week rations, or. Oh, they'll left you from.
Or can at this point, can we take like a 5-minute break?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Let's go ahead and take a 5-10 minute break, and we'll all be back in a minute. Go ahead and take care of whatever stuff you need to there, Casey.
Bathroom!
Alright, back in a few.
I feel like Casey's the kind of person that gets like public disturbance
User left your
like
channel.
filed on him all the time.
Public disturbance. Goodness.
I heard about a veteran that was like playing his guitar in a. He would play a regular acoustic guitar out on the front lawn of his apartment building, and people started filing public disturbance against him. Yeah.
Wow. It's kind of
Funny.
brutal.
It's not like it's like an electric guitar and he has an amp hook up to it. No, it's just acoustic. Just leave him alone.
Maybe his playing was really bad.
Yeah, I've just been eating Doritos this whole time because MLG tabletop, I guess.
Wow. Doritos, goodness.
I don't have any.
I shall be right back.
All the judgment is hurting me. Anyone left or? Hello? Alright. Well, stream, how you doing? I guess you have a little one-on-one with Airless Stillroom. Good? Bad? Hey, those of you watching, I mean, I know you can hear me, so, I mean, how are you guys doing?
User joined your channel.
I'll keep you company.
I'm kind of he like took away the super annoying "we'll be back" screen with like the egg that would break and all that.
Yeah, because it would get him copyrighted.
Oh,
They were hitting him with that because of that image play thing.
that's stupid. All right.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I wonder if all the groups went to war right now.
User joined your channel.
The 4v4 between the Harbingers, Bastards, Full Service, and Ghostwatch. I mean, from what I've heard, I thought that one of the groups had plate mail, but
No, nobody's got plate mail.
nobody's got plate.
Not to my knowledge.
No.
I could have bought plate. I could have instead of buying that. I could have instead of buying the gem, bought plate mail.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I had 1,300, and I'm betting that that blacksmith with our friend, I could have gotten a lower price from him. Wondering if it was worth it. I mean, this thing, it's like, I mean, the transmutation into bars really doesn't mean anything. Don't have to stop
Actually,
it.
it means that we can save him a whole lot of storage when we get rich.
Oh yes. Lord Airless Tilren, Master of Storage. I should probably go get a fucking job at a bank.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude.
That's why I said the first session we got it. My life is in a much better place right now. Thank you.
Wait, what? What do you mean, much better place?
I have been like in that panic state of need to go to the bathroom since before we started walking up on that cart.
Wow.
Oh god.
Dude.
Why don't you just mute your mic and walk away?
You must have done a pretty high constitution check, dude.
Oh man, feel my life's much better.
Indeed, jokes.
Oh goodness.
Yes, quite.
Yeah, I love how you guys are really religious, and I just really don't give a crap. I wonder if that's gonna like bite me in the ass if I ever need help from a god.
Atheist scum.
I like.
It probably will. Be
I
honest.
pray. I pray to Gendu, and he tells me to go fuck myself.
I mean, I just gotta make Tilda like me again. Then I can pray.
I mean, like, the only thing that could have pissed off Yendu was like me saying "fuck the gods" when they wouldn't heal my hand.
I mean, at least
like,
you didn't.
I gave them all of my good puns, and they didn't pay me back. So I mean,
I think
You
Yendu's
didn't-
jimmies are basically unrustleable.
You didn't piss off a
Our
god.
gods just don't come in handy for us.
well, I mean,
Well, no, some gods have, like, you know, clear personalities and stuff,
I mean,
but, like,
User
Yendu
Yeah.
is,
joined your
like,
channel.
he's an ancient god, so
Yeah, he kind of operates on like a different level.
Yeah, because I mean, somebody obviously pissed off
Alright,
Tilda.
have fun.
It was pretty obvious.
Oh, see ya.
That whole, I'll give you a lightning strike, you better let him die kind of thing.
User disconnected from your channel.
Yeah, mistakes were made.
Yeah.
Okay,
Now,
so
if you had known that, would you have let me die?
Yeah.
Not even a moment of hesitation. Wow.
it would be one
And
of
I
the more
would've been
interesting
the Lord
player
of House
deaths.
Hillary and no one to stand in my way.
So,
Yeah, all I would have had to do was throw a rock at you, but guess what? You know what? I didn't. And I really should have. I should have thrown a rock at you.
Hey, sticks and stones may break my bones, but you dead, bitch.
it's not wrong. Let's see here.
Pavel didn't beat me. Tilva did. It was a divine smite, not a Pavel smite.
There we go. Welcome back, everyone.
I am your god.
So we're in the
Bullshit.
tavern, and you've all finished purchasing a very large amount of rations, 40 to be precise. What's the plan?
I mean,
Go
I
up
kinda-
to the barkeep and just say, has there been any word of anything on the south roads?
South Road.
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
Ugh.
We don't get a lot of people coming in from down south.
The only road leading up to Tintagus officially is the road from the south.
I mean, get the occasional trader from Kostrati whenever the weather's not gonna kill you, I guess you could say. But that's about it.
Well, if there was nothing recent that comes to mind.
What do you mean?
A trader that may have come in and spoken of some ill will along the roads other than the usual weather effects or such.
He pauses for a second, and then he says, "Oh, there was... Yeah, no, I remember there was something about that. There was, we had a couple of traders come in, I think it was about a day ago. Already left, if I remember correctly, but they mentioned something about attacks out on the town. Or, sorry, out on the road.
Huh.
Do you know where they left to?
Probably just trekked across to get to the road up north. I'm not sure. I don't really keep track of where they were headed. They didn't say. Said they ran into a caravan that was attacked, though.
Really?
Did they say if they met anyone, or did they just find a caravan?
Said it was ransacked. Everyone was gone. The only thing left there was, Actually, I really shouldn't say.
Wrong, man.
Shouldn't, but you will, right?
Are you trying to intimidate this man, Pavel?
No, just being goofy.
Okay, alright. Just checking.
Come on, man. We're
Now
buying a whole.
sounds cool to do.
You're telling us a story, dude. We just picked up a whole bunch of drinks. You can tell us.
I'm not gonna throw him under the carriage, so to speak, because he is an old friend of mine, but this trader mentioned something about them leaving a couple of horses there, and he kind of took them.
I mean, I understand why he'd want to keep that on the down low.
That's fair.
Yeah.
They're beasts of burden. They still need
I mean-
some care to keep them alive as well.
I mean, yeah. If they were all chained up there with no one there to feed them or anything, it's most likely for the good that come along with them.
Yeah.
Sounds like your friend did an act of kindness.
Yeah, in a weird way, I guess. Said he figured that might as well get some use out of them. Their old owners wouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, I hope that he actually tries to figure out who originally owned them and maybe get him back to them.
Doubt it. Said the place
well.
gave him the creeps.
I want to break away from the bar and go find, like,
The
is
table?
Mavrin at the bar with us?
Yes, yeah, he follows you guys wherever you go, so he's seated at the bar with you.
I want to
I
grab him
look.
and pull him to the side.
I'm gonna look to the barkeep and say, hey, I think we're gonna move over to a table if we're picking up anything else. Just remember, you could just remember that we're over there instead of up here.
Okay.
All right. So I tell everyone I'm gonna move over and find a table for us to talk at. Like
Alright.
preferably like way back in the corner or something away.
So the group wanders over to a side table, and meanwhile, kind of away from everybody else, Taraskin, you and Mavrin are here. And he sees as you kind of like pull him aside, he nods and goes with you, and he says, "Oh, is it?"
There weren't any horse tracks when we originally inspected.
I know, that's what I was thinking.
We need to find this traitor.
He was either a very sneaky man and made off with them without leaving tracks, which I guess could be done, but
That still
or
doesn't
he's
seem
got
likely.
some sort of greater role here in this story.
Do you think? Do you have any magics that might be able to figure out who this man is? I have something in mind, but I don't know if I'll be the one that's able to talk it out of this man.
Talking about charming it out of him, not really sure I want to do that. Already wanted in one country, I don't know if I want that in another.
Well,
He shakes
there
his
is a
head.
way. There is a way to enchant it out of him, in an illegal, but if we are able to talk ourselves out of the situation well enough, legal standpoint.
Well, I don't mind breaking the rules on occasion, but I have to tell you, it doesn't seem like a good idea.
I'll bring up my idea to the group and we can all decide.
He nods and then heads over to the other table with you.
So seeing that they're finally approaching the table, I say, how long ago was it that you said that the caravan was that you first lost contact with it?
Let's see. He said it was roughly about 2 days before he contacted all of you to go check it out.
So I'm
He said
Okay.
when I heard wind of it and rumor was circulating in the Spire, I quickly stole away and grabbed what I could and came to find you guys once I had everything I needed. Took me a day or
Careless.
two, but it was as fast as I could move.
yeah.
Pavel, how do you feel about what he said about his friend who's a traitor? His
Well,
traitor.
we have to go find him, obviously. That's almost a no-brainer, but
I mean, technically I'm a traitor, so...
no.
No,
traitor.
traitor, not traitor.
My dude's not smart.
Rip.
No.
Airless, I know how you feel about magics that manipulate one's mind. This
He's
is on
an
a
Aurelian.
divine.
Go ahead.
Alright, this is more divine. You're used to being authoritative. I'm going to cast a zone of truth on him, and we're going to be officials looking for this traitor. See who ransacked a caravan.
Table talk. I'm staring at my 0 charisma and 2 intimidation bonus, like silently laughing to myself.
Pavel, you're going to be doing the talking as well.
Dude, wait.
Doesn't your group hold the record for numbers of times arrested?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it does. But this time we're.
But this is unrelated.
Yes, but this is unrelated.
I mean,
Uh,
I say to everyone, well, I mean, if shit really hits the fan, I could try to bluff.
that is true.
I mean, I do
Um,
have my coat of arms with me. I could I could try to bluff that there's a patrol nearby.
Wow.
But I mean, it wouldn't. If that's really a last-ditch shot to get out of here.
All right. I go up to Pavel and just like, all right. So, we are going to be judicators from Saren, looking for this merchant. We are here on leave from the perfect Asha. It doesn't matter
you're
what
gonna need to dumb it down.
Yep. Just say that Perfect Asha has sent us to find this traitor. He's a suspect in the ransacking of the cart down south.
No, guys,
What home does Asha generally work out of?
She works out of Saren.
Saren, yeah.
Yeah.
But I turn to them and I say, it's too soon for that. I think he's, like, suspected of carrying contraband of some sort.
Ah, I like it. That's much easier. Well, let's get to it, and then, I guess, like, before we start walking over, I'm going to cast Zone of Truth around the bar.
I'm gonna get a few drinks and just put my feet up at this table and watch the show.
Interesting. So you're headed to the bar, Traskin.
Hopefully with Pavel alongside me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going up.
Yeah, you guys don't want me. Fucking
It's like table talk I'm not, but in game I guess
talk,
I am.
I suck. I'm not gonna be able to. I mean, I could try to intimidate him, but it's not gonna work that well.
A
Damien
15-foot
is gonna like watch this episode on YouTube and just be like, "Oh my god, we're sloth, sorry."
Yeah, Damien could have made himself into like a beautiful Yargalekian again.
But yeah, placing the 15-foot sphere just outside of us being affected by it.
Okay, so give me 2 seconds to look over a thing or two.
Okay.
Oh boy. Oh,
I'm ready to go to jail.
If you're curious about the spell, it's a 15-foot sphere that any creature inside makes a charisma saving throw. They are not aware of it, but if they are notified of it, they can deliberately be evasive. If they succeed the charisma saving throw, then they can lie within the sphere.
An affected creature is aware of the spell, and thus can avoid
Oh,
answering questions to which it would normally respond with a lie. So you can cast this, but its magical effect will be felt by whoever's in it.
Alright, never mind. Not gonna cast it, but still, let's press him for more information.
Jesus.
Oh god.
And and instead of that, I will cast Enhance Ability on Pavel.
What?
Oh my god. Yeah, and I'm going to give him Eagle's Splendor.
Okay. You have advantage on all of your charisma checks now, Pavel. Until this spell ends, which will be, what, an hour from now? Yeah.
Yes.
Concentration up to an hour. Okay. The two of you make your way over there. Taraskin, you turn over for a brief moment, casting a magical spell on Pavel, which makes him exude just persuasiveness and the like. As you make your way up towards the counter, the barkeep looks over, and you guys want to say?
Damn, Paulo, you're like really up there right now with that intimidation in this. If you fail this, you're worse than a Mithraborn weapon roll.
Pavel.
Sir, do you have a bit of free time for me?
Take your
The
time.
way you said that.
What'd you say? I couldn't hear you.
Sorry, so
The way
take your
you
time.
said that. Oh.
Yeah, if you
What
need a
about-
minute, that's cool.
No. If, you spoke earlier of your friend and the horses. We were
Yes.
curious if there might be any way that we might be able to find him, we thought maybe he could help us out with something.
Like I said, my friend didn't really tell me where he was going. Sorry, I can't help you.
If he's a friend, surely you guys must know how to get a hold of each other.
Why are you looking for him?
Well, you see,
Ever since I mentioned him, you've been taking more and more interest in this.
listen, I'm gonna square with you, man. The horses that he acquired were part of a caravan that we do have interest in. We came across the same one, and we're curious to see if he saw anything at the place that we didn't. It's simply we're trying to find more information about what he saw compared to what we've seen.
Okay. He pauses for a second, and he looks towards you, Taraskin, and then back towards Pavel and says, "Who are you exactly? What interest do you have in this caravan?"
Well, me in particular, I'm on an errand for a friend. I'm just here to act as the bodyguard. However, my party, and I look back at Airless, who is not here.
I'm chugging down ale right now.
And
He's a little
Doritos.
bit of a bitch and is afraid to ask anything for himself.
Did I hear that?
You're chugging down
actually
beer?
trying to make
Probably
this guy
not.
laugh that I'm being serious
Come on,
with
come
him.
on. Slight here.
Mm-mm.
Roll
Taraskin,
perception.
he moves his gaze to you.
Yes.
Says, "And you? What do you do? What's going on here?"
I'm merely trying to find some men who have lost their way. And this is the closest chance that we have at finding them.
He crosses his arms and he says, "Look, it's busy, it's dinner hour. If you got something to say, I don't want you to be throwing any riddles at me. Just tell me what it is."
I'll place a gold coin on the counter and say, all we need is his name. And
Said,
we
"Your
mean
bribes
him,
aren't gonna help. This is my friend we're talking about."
we mean him no harm.
Do I see that
Now,
this
I'm not
isn't
sure if I
going right
believe
for them?
that yet. You're keeping a lot of secrets there, sir.
Did I
And
see him like
I'll
cross his
I'll
arms?
expose I will expose my holy symbol myself and say, if you would like me to prove it, I will.
Okay. Go ahead and make for me a persuasion check, this time with advantage.
Oh, okay.
Double ones. Here we go, boy.
You didn't use the die tower! No!
But that is 16, so that's good.
Okay. This seems to be enough, and showing him the holy symbol, he gives you a nod and then a brief sigh before he says, "Look, he's headed up south, okay? Still in town. He hasn't gone yet.
Oh.
You don't mean him any harm. You need to go talk to him about some lost friends of yours. That's fine. I'll give you his address."
Alright. That'd
We
be
would
much
appreciate it. I
appreciated.
thank you.
He scribbles a couple things down on a piece of paper and then goes to hand it to you, Traskin. And as it, meets your hand, he doesn't let go and he pauses and he says, "But you don't do any harm to him." Okay?
By my God's will, I do no harm to him.
Okay. With that, he lets go and he nods. He says, "Good luck on your quest."
You as well, friend.
So are you guys heading back to the table?
Oh yeah.
Fuck no, I'm grabbing another beer.
Alright,
I'm
well,
gonna
seeing that...
head back to the table, reading the note, and then handing it to Lord Airless as I finish reading it.
So I say, who actually got the information from him?
It was a combination of us both.
Oh, come on.
Got him, coach.
Really? Pavel? Alright.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah,
I
you're
reverence
right.
sword out.
I am pretty surprised.
The reverence of a holy man is nothing to be doubted.
I never thought as a follower of Tova as reverent. I mean, conspiracy and murder, but you know what? You do you, man.
Speaking of murder, you want to see the other side again?
I will throw a rock at your head so fast.
Alright, what does the note say?
The note just has a couple of directions. It tells you to go to a certain part of town, turn down this street. You think you could follow it.
Does it have a name on it?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, alright.
Alright, well, I mean... Alright, well, these look like some pretty specific directions. Let's just, get
He
over
said
there.
he said his friend was still in town, but we should leave immediately.
Yeah, come on, let's go.
Alright, and I'll grab
Let's,
Papa off the bar even if he's drinking ale still.
Well, I mean, if he's drinking now,
Alright.
you can leave him there.
Oh, yeah.
No,
And
it's
if
fine,
he
we
wants
need him.
to keep drinking, that's all good.
No, we need him. Let's go. Mavrin.
I'm reluctant.
Under my
Yeah.
breath, I just say, damn it.
He comes over towards you as you're all leaving and kind of whispers to you, Trask, and says, "What, did you find something?"
Might have a lead us to, Well, we have at least the address of the trader who, who took the
How much of
horses.
the tab did we use up drinking?
Probably like 10% of it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I mean, based on how much of our money he's still holding, I'm just gonna walk out with one of the tankards in my hand.
Okay. No one seems to stop you as you make your way outside, and here you are with a large tankard, getting a couple of odd looks from some of the townsfolk as you make your way along.
Alright, well, let's just follow
Is he
the
now the town
directions.
drunk?
It is dark outside, and the lantern lights are currently being lit by the guard as they make their way over and cast their flames into these little, like, glass boxes.
Well,
And you follow, as best you can, these little directions until eventually coming up to what looks like a very small, simple house that has outside of it a large caravan. It looks like there's 3 carts all being drawn by a group of horses at the front. There's like 6 horses there.
while we're heading there, I'm sharing the drink if anyone wants it, but, by the time we got there, are there any of the horses that look like, hey, they're, say, tied to the back of the caravan or something like that?
No,
Like, they weren't originally meant to pull?
they're all up at the front, and they're all in fact attached to the caravan like it's all ready to go.
Do any of them have, like, different saddling or anything like that? Anything that would distinguish them as a different,
Interesting. Make an investigation check.
Where's my die?
Oh, Daxon, and to anybody else, if you want to change the music, right-click on it, and you can change its volume.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah. You can straight turn it off if you want, or you can, like, bring it down, bring it
let's
up,
go.
whatever feels right.
14? Do I have any? I don't think I have any add-on to this. Yep, no. Just
Okay.
14.
Looking around, you investigate the different horses and see if there's anything different about them. And as you give them a gander, it seems that there is indeed something different. The front horses seem to all be like a dark brown, and then 2 of them, closer towards the carriage here, seem to be like a spotted color.
Pinto.
Ah,
Is that what those are called?
Yeah.
we've got a horsey nerd here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I just know what pintos are.
Oh, goodness. Horse people.
Oh, boy.
Ah,
Don't
jeez.
watch My Little Pony enough.
I said horse nerd, I didn't say brony, come on.
There'll be no talk of that here.
Alright, well, I mean, I'm gonna make my way, I mean, now noticing which ones are different, I'm gonna leave them alone for now, but I'm gonna make my way up to either, like, the door of the establishment, or... I mean,
Okay.
does it look like one of the caravans is being used as a house right now, or...
No, there is like a little house here. And
Alright.
the caravans don't seem like they have any light in them or anything.
Alright, I'm gonna make my way to the door of the house.
Okay. The house is quite noisy, and from beyond its door you can hear what sounds like reveling, glasses clinking, people chatting, laughter, the whole bit. Like screaming, yelling. There's definitely some sort of a party going on inside. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna knock on the door.
Okay.
Did we get this dude's name?
No.
After a few knocks, some footsteps make their way up towards the door, and the door creaks open. Somebody leans out. It looks like a mercenary, of some sort. A man clad in leather armor with a sword at his belt. And he leans over, showing you what looks like a slightly darkened skin with a good deal of scars, like cuts and things like that over him, and a good deal of muscle as well. And he says, "Hey."
Hey, we got word that there's a trader in town. We're here from the inn. We wanted to talk to the head trader.
Talk to him about what?
Well, I mean, wanted to be square with you. We have some interest in the caravan you guys came across yesterday. We don't mean you guys any harm. We just want to know what you saw.
He squints his eyes at you, and then calls into the room. He says, "Hey, boss!" And he then disappears behind the door, and soon another man makes his way over. This man, not nearly as much of the fighter type, looks like a human, maybe in his 40s, who shares a similar skin tone to the rest. And he kind of opens up the door, and you see he briefly whispers a couple of words to somebody who's kind of like around the corner so that you can't quite see them. And after having this small exchange, eventually steps outside of the door and is now there in front of you. He has rosy cheeks. He's clearly been drinking. And he wears the garb of a merchant with all of its finery and extra sort of doodads here and there showing off his wealth. Looking over the four of you in the dark city streets and the lantern light that flickers about, he says, "Well, what is it? I don't have a lot of time."
I mean, as I told your mercenary over there.
He didn't tell me anything. What is it?
We have some interest in that caravan you came across yesterday. You know, the one that you took the horses from. And we're on some official business to get to figure out what happened to the people there, and we need to know what you saw, and get anything from you about it that we can.
How do you know I took those horses?
Your friend told us down at the tavern.
What?
He squints his eyes and looks off into the distance for a brief second, and then looks back towards you. And...
Dude, I'm being square with you, just... We don't want to make this any harder, just talk to us, dude.
They're nobody's horses. They were just laying there on the side of the road. The whole caravan was there empty. I went over, took them.
Did you take anything else? I mean,
No,
you
there's
saw all
nothing
those
to
empty
take.
canisters.
The whole place was empty.
Well, that caravan was a supply caravan, and the supplies that were either stolen or possibly this crew went away with, I mean, they were taken along with them. And we've basically been sent to recover and find anything we can.
He's like, "Well, look, if you're coming after the horses, you can't have them."
We're here after information, but I just like, I turn around and I just say like, I'm like,
I think I'm done talking to you guys. Have a good night. And he turns around to go through the door.
I'm like, do you really want to do this right now? Come on.
He closes the door.
Alright.
You hear like a tch as like a lock closes behind it.
I turn around to Pavel and I'm like, I mean, I gave him a chance.
He also told his friend we wouldn't hurt him.
Yeah.
And you already threw his friend under the fucking bus.
Yeah, like
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, technically, no one told me. They just told me that he gave us directions, so I had no clue I was supposed to throw him under the bus, or that he didn't want us to know. But
to be fair, I don't think we even told you that we knew that he took the horses. Well, yeah, we did. Never mind.
No, I was there. I heard about the horses. I just didn't hear about anything else. So, I'm like, I gave him a chance to talk to us. I mean, I didn't want to do this the hard way, but...
Well, we could hold him at, like, let's back away from the door a little bit.
Yeah. Do you guys want to go talk to the guard? Or?
Okay, so you guys step back into the street here and have your chat.
Let's go into sort of a close-by alleyway, actually.
Okay, sure. So you're in an alleyway nearby. What do you guys want to do?
Well, we could hold him at ransom if you guys.
Hold him at ransom?
Yeah, ransom if you were feeling.
I don't need money, I need information, and you know what? I kind of want the horses, but that's
Well,
beside the point. I'm gonna turn to Maverick, and I'm gonna be like, we need this information, and, you know, he doesn't know what kind of shit he knows about. I don't think he understands how important it is that we learn about it, so, I mean...
How close to the house were the horses and the caravan itself?
They are literally beside the house.
Okay.
So to give you an idea with like a simple drawing, here's like the house here, and then here is like the 3 carriages all there, and then
I do have an idea.
there's like the horses that are all here in the front, and you
Okay.
guys are like off over here in a little alleyway.
Is there
Okay.
any, like, dry hay around? Maybe, like, that he left for the horses or anything like that? Like, anything that's really dry may be very flammable.
Not that you can see.
Oh my god!
Okay.
Did we get an idea of maybe how many people were in there?
Oh, I'm not gonna burn down the house. I was gonna throw some of it under the caravan and burn that down. Not gonna hurt anyone, but they're
Oh.
interfering with a law.
No.
And
we
they already
don't
broke the
need
law
to,
anyways.
We don't need to harm the horses at all.
Oh no,
Instead-
I'm talking about the caravan.
Yeah, no, the
but they're
caravan itself. So, what I propose instead is give me 10 minutes, and then we're going to take the caravan.
Why do you need 10 minutes?
Because I'm going to cast a ritual silence. And no one's going to hear us leave with the caravan until we're already on our way.
Well, do we need the caravan or just the horses?
It's enough to have the caravan.
I mean, if we just...
Holy fuck.
Why did we just become
How well armored were the guards?
What, in this town?
Yeah, the guards of the town. How well armored
Also,
were
are
The
there
ones here are
walls?
proper guards.
they? And does
This is
it
a
look
bigger
like...
town.
Does it look like they'd get themselves killed in their line of work, or would they just run away? Like, from what I saw of them when entering the town, are they the kind of people that would
You
die
have
for
no
the
idea.
defense of it?
You've been here for like a minute in the street before you went into the inn.
Yeah, Tintakis is a smaller town, if I remember.
Yeah, there's
Yeah, but
6,000
I'm just
people
thinking,
here.
you know, like, if they're,
Okay,
like, civilian guards, then they're not gonna want to die for defense.
Yeah, well, here, anyways, it's, what, 120 feet?
There are no
Wait.
walls, no.
Okay, I'm going to prepare ritual casting silence on this area where the horses mainly are.
Oh
and the first carriage.
boy! Oh
Right-
goodness. Okay,
right
so what's the
outside-
radius?
It's 20-foot radius,
Oh,
so I'm gonna
God.
center it
So,
right here, so
Holy
that
fuck.
it barely touches the building.
How about we take all his horses instead of the caravan?
Let me get you something real quick here.
We can't take the whole caravan, but if we took all the horses...
We could take the whole caravan.
That's your silence radius right there, so put that wherever you want.
Oh
Where are the
my
horses
god.
right now?
Why?
There they are. Let's just get as many of the horses as we can. We can get one caravan and all the horses.
Alright,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna begin casting.
Dude, they're in Aurelium and they're nice to Aurelians. They can go fuck themselves. I don't care.
So that's
I
where
used to be a pirate, so I like, this is just like, this
Yeah,
doesn't feel wrong to me.
So this is the
that's what
house
I
that
think.
they're in.
So do you
Yes.
want to hold it?
Yeah.
Do you want to hold the? You want to hold it at ransom, like the actual caravan?
Potentially.
Did we get an idea of how many people are in this building?
No, but
No, but it sounds like there's a whole bunch.
And if I silence the building, that's not gonna be good either.
Yeah,
Hey,
'cause
see-
they'll understand because they won't hear each other.
Havel, make a perception check.
Have we casted the ritual of silence yet?
No.
Or...
It takes 10 minutes.
Oh.
So that's a 4.
Okay, that ain't great. You're not sure exactly how many are in there. You'd put the estimate at anywhere from like 8 to 20 something people.
Okay.
Ah!
We have a 6-horse carriage. If we like get them to go, like, and if we take only the first cart, which you said you only want the first cart, which is inside
Well, I
the
mean,
silence.
I'm kind of thinking that we take the horses, and we go get the other cart. We clean it up. We got all the stuff back into it. We
Eh,
just take the other cart.
we have enough horses where if we just cut it off here, like if you guys like cut whatever connects them right here whilst we get ready, it'll be fine.
Well, I know. I'm just saying, like, do you want to end up having 2 caravans, like this one and the one from the Wizard's Spire? Or...
doesn't hurt. The other
I
one's
mean-
empty.
I'm just gonna I just want to quickly look at Maverick and get what his opinion is on this, because he hasn't said anything so far.
Also, I love that this little bit of 3D is like standing up right over here.
Is it?
Oh,
Yeah, so I
I've
drew
been
on the
looking at it from
candlebacks,
above
and I
the whole
guess.
time. Yeah.
Anyway, continue. Sorry.
So, Mavrin looks worried, and as you guys are talking about this, you turn towards him to see what his opinion is, and he says, "I'm not getting on that caravan. No, not doing it."
We can.
Look, if you guys want to steal someone's caravan, fine, whatever. Maybe it'll get the information, but you're gonna have to meet me somewhere else.
I just want the horses that he took. That's all I'm really after. I mean,
Why are we taking his horses?
I'm taking the horses he stole.
So we're stealing it?
No, because we're doing this kind of for the Wizard Spire. So, I mean, it's not really stealing.
We're not really doing this for the Wizard Spire.
Well, if we-
the Wizard Spire.
You know what? I'll
Yeah.
give them back.
He
the
looks
Wizard
over
Spire.
towards you, Pavel, and he says, "I think your friend's right."
I mean, it's like, I think I'll give the horses back to the Wizard Spire when we get back to Soulsland. I mean,
Give me a brief second. I'll be right back. And Mavrin gets up and disappears around the corner of this house.
I don't think he's gonna be right back.
No.
Pavel, you hear a voice that goes straight into your head. Like, just magically, and you feel like you could respond to it. This connection forms with your mind for a brief second before Mavrin's voice comes in. And he says to you, "Your friends are crazy. What the hell's going on here?"
They're crazy. That's what's going on here.
Oh, fuck. You're supposed to be helping me to find out what happened with a necromancer, and now you're stealing a bunch of carts from somebody? Are you gonna go along with this?
I'm trying to make this not happen.
Okay, well,
We're not. Oh
I'll
my
keep
God.
this channel open. You can contact me if something changes, but I'm gonna stay over here for now.
I respect your decision. I might join you.
Okay, the connection just stays open there, but there's no other response that comes through.
I'm just gonna turn to everyone. I'm gonna say it's pretty obvious. Like, we need the caravan that we've left outside the town. That's our biggest hint as to whatever the hell happened here. But we shouldn't leave it on the side of the road. These 2 horses were stolen from it. If we just take back the 2 horses that were taken, bring them back to that caravan, attach them back to that caravan, we can take it and be on our way. But we can't leave it behind.
Yeah, I also kind of made a promise not to hurt this guy, and this is indirectly hurting him. And stealing doesn't help stealing. And
We're not stealing what was his. He was pulling this thing before with 4 horses. He just has 6 now because he stole 2.
You also kind of said earlier that he kind of indirectly helped these horses because they're beasts of burden.
Do you think he was really looking after the well-being of the horses or the well-being of his purse?
Either way, we're 2 wrongs don't make a right. And like, Pavel kind of thinks to himself, "What the fuck? Did I just say something nice?"
Pavel, you're on the outside end here of the alley, where you have the best view of everything outside. I'd like you to roll a perception check, please.
Oh god,
Also-
here come the guards.
Pavel, well, what you just said, indirectly harming him through this. I gave my word.
What's that perception check?
14.
14.
I'm gonna stop casting.
I just
ritual
say-
casting.
There's a brief moment where you see a bit of light over your shoulder, and as you kind of turn over there, you see someone has entered the house.
Alright.
Oh god.
I'm gonna say, you know what? You guys don't want to do this, just give me a minute. I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna give him one last chance to talk to us, because we need that information.
As he tries to walk over, I'm going to grab his shoulder.
I haven't walked over, I'm just telling you guys that first. What do you have against it?
We made a promise not to hurt this guy, and you say you give
I'm
him
not
one
gonna
last
hurt him,
chance.
I'm gonna try to talk to him again. You have my word.
Alright, Aerolus.
I'm gonna go walk over to his door and knock on it again.
I kind of, as he does, I'm kind of going through the message channel, like, Maverick, I think we're slowly diffusing this. We're not stealing it anymore.
He responds saying, "Okay, good."
Alright, so I'm gonna, do a heavier knock.
Okay, you bang on the door this time, and soon some footsteps come up, And you see not the owner, but one of his guardsmen here, who looks out at you and says, "What do you want?"
Your boss, I don't know what the hell he's thinking, but I have to talk to him. He doesn't understand what he's putting at stake by not telling us what we need to know. So I want to try to give him one more chance to talk to us, because we need to talk to him. Alright, I don't want this to go any other way. Just let us talk to him.
He gives you a nod and the door closes. And then you hear some footsteps come up to the door, and there is this rosy-cheeked man standing once again. He has with him what looks like a group of burly men standing with him, fully equipped. He looks towards you, and this time doesn't step outside. Says, "What is it?"
Alright, I'm going to tell you everything that's happening right now, because you obviously don't understand what's happening.
Excuse me?
Oh my god. Alright, you heard about what's been going on in the forests of Aurelium? The ones where if anyone tries to pass through them, they disappear and no one finds them again?
Yeah.
Yeah, well that's all because of a necromancer, alright? A few mages figured it out, and we've been unofficially going after it, trying to find information. And it looks like it's starting to spread a bit farther now. And from what we last understood from an SOS sent by Callstone, that caravan was hit by the same thing, or same people, whatever took them. So we need to figure out what's happening so that we can get everything squared away and back to normal. All right? And we want to talk to you about. I don't think I have any persuasion, do I? I'm like a. Oh, I do have 2 persuasion. I am on point. Let's go.
Look it again. I don't trust this roll.
12. It's above 10, guys.
Okay. He takes a step forward towards you. His otherwise cheery disposition disappears, and he pokes you in the chest. And as he does, he says, "You're gonna get off my doorstep, disappear. I'm gonna make you disappear. Now, good night." He steps away and slams the door in your face.
Alright. I'm gonna turn around and walk back to the group.
How'd it go?
You guys all hear this door slam, and then a minute later, Airless comes back.
I gave him an easy chance to talk to us, and he didn't take it. So this is our biggest hint as to whatever the hell went on, alright? I believe he's doing something fucked up, because the fact that he got those horses away from that carriage without any sort of anything, like no tracks left behind. If he was doing it for the well-being of an animal, he wasn't trying to fucking hide his footsteps. Alright, so I don't know what your guys' thoughts are, but we need the information from this guy.
I mean, or we have rations now. I can just go pull this caravan back.
Alright, well, and we could just tell the guard
Tell the guard what?
that this guy stole horses.
That we then bought him stealing.
No.
Well, you don't tell him that part, jeez.
Yeah, you just tell him that he stole horses of
Listen.
a caravan that we were investigating.
Your moral compass is a bit off of mine.
Yeah, well,
Perfect.
these are Aurelians. They don't need a moral compass.
Yeah, and I'm a Yargalekian. You
Yeah,
might
you're
still
better
be...
than a Aurelian. You know, like these guys are conquering assholes, right? I mean, it's not gonna. You understand that your country has huge defenses against these guys lining your water. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, why are you so in favor of them?
Because, quite frankly, these people haven't done anything wrong to me directly, and
Well, I mean, they kind
you're
of
considering
killed fucking all my
committing the
men.
same crime as them.
I mean, I'm not committing a crime. I'm taking it back. We are, you know, like. What about this? What if I promise to bring the horses back to the Wizard Spire, huh?
Yeah.
What I didn't. What word was that?
No.
Oh.
we're not working for the Wizard Spire, and like it looks.
I never said we're working for them. I said I'd bring it back to them.
Remember, everybody, it's not a sin to steal from infidels.
Deus Vos.
No, dude, that's not Christianity. That's Islam.
Yeah.
It's
No,
still
no.
a sin in Christianity.
Dude, I'm saying it's a crusade, like infidels. It's like that was. Alright, never mind. You like crusades? No, okay.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Anyway, we need information. This is our best lead. Do you guys just want to let it go dry, let him walk away, and we'll never see him again? Is that what you guys want to have happen here, or? We tried to talk to him twice. I don't know if it's just because he's drunk, or if he's fucking broken the law and doesn't want to talk to anyone about it. So, I gave him multiple chances to talk to us.
Let's go. If we need to do this by the law, and I feel that we do, let's contact Perfect Vivian.
Well, I mean, he might be out of town by then.
Well, if he is out of town by then we know where he is, and we know the innkeeper can bring us information to him.
Yeah. Well, here's
Regardless.
what I wonder. You said that you, before you wanted to try to do something about locating them guys with their blood?
Yeah.
Kind of weird, but is there anything that you could, put on the caravan or take from the caravan to allow us to locate it later?
It would have to be very close to us, but I'll take out the manacles that I bought back in the second session, and I'll if I can manage it, kind of clank them onto
Just hide them on the
of
thing?
the caravan. Yeah.
Oh.
Please just try to conceal them on the caravan somewhere, I guess. Is that what I'm getting? I don't understand what clinking them onto it means.
Yeah, I was gonna say attach them to the underside of the caravan.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you're gonna sneak over there and attach the manacles to the caravan.
Yes.
Okay. Where are you attaching them? The straps that hold the horses, or underneath a cart, or what?
If there is an area underneath the cart that
Sure, yeah.
that doesn't impede motion, then
Okay.
sure.
Let's see. Are you going to do this stealthily, or just kind of walk by nonchalantly and then quickly duck under, or what?
Could we retcon? It says his silence.
I'm gonna walk over there with just the utmost confidence without doing it stealthily.
Okay, sure.
Oh my god!
You see Tarascan leaves, goes across the road, and attaches these little, this little metal set of manacles here. They kind of clink as they're locked in place, and then you step away and make your way back to the group.
Table talk, Casey. Since when were you sensible? I mean, when
Since
did
nobody else was, god dang him.
I'm not
While I'm doing that, I'm trying to be aware if anyone is watching me.
Oh, okay, sure. Make a perception check.
Okay. 13.
13? Okay. As you look around, you don't see anybody in these nighttime streets watching you or anything like that.
Alright. Then I return back to my group, and after successfully attaching manacles.
Alright, I mean, that works. Let's go talk to Perfect Vivian.
Yep.
Are we just heading straight out of town?
No, Perfect Vivian is here.
Oh, yeah, I thought that, oh no, I thought that she was on Saren. Oh, is that a different Perfect?
Yeah, that's Perfect Asha, and Vindicta is Perfect Romero.
What's a perfect?
Perfect is basically their version of a guard captain.
They're just awesome in every way,
It's like a guard captain, but you can't get the position unless you're the equivalent of a level, 3 to 7 adventurer kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
they don't get the cool gold bars in there.
So, you guys head off, and you're gonna go towards the city hall that you know of.
Yes.
Alright, so you guys leave and make your way off towards City Hall. It is late, and as you get up there, it appears that there's still light that comes from beyond this building's windows. We're all here at the door. What do you want to do?
Knock and whoever answers requests an audience with Perfect Vivian.
Okay, sure. So an official opens the door and says, you can all come in. We're still open. What is it that you need?
You talk to Perfect Vivian.
Let's see here. Let's roll luck to see if Vivian's available. Well, that's a 6. He shakes his head at you and says, sorry, Vivian is very busy right now.
It's extremely important, and it's very time essential.
What is it exactly?
We're on a quest right now, and we came across a horse thief. We need to get some information from him, but he won't budge. So I thought we'd bring it up to you.
I would file a report with the guard if I were you.
And
It's something to do with the disappearances down in Lower Aurelium.
And if he leaves the town over the night, after I file that report, I mean, we really need to talk to Perfect Vivian about this. It's essential time, like, in the like, right now. I'm sorry to be so impatient, but it's extremely important.
He sighs and says, who are you all?
Harbingers of Redemption.
Harbingers of Redemption.
I'm the dope man.
He seems to have no idea what you're talking about. You say this, and he says, the who, sorry?
Wait, what was it that we did with for these guys a while back?
For them?
No,
Nothing.
like, for in Aurelium. Like, we did something. The bandits.
No,
Was it
we
the
didn't do that.
bandits?
No.
Oh, it was the
Another
other
group did that.
Yeah!
Thursday
No, we were
group
going
did that.
We were going to do it and then... Yeah.
I mean,
But anyway,
let's just-
no. Just look at him like, who
We've
we
been,
are
like-
is irrelevant.
I mean, it is, but I mean, like, we've been basically, you know, all the elven ruins in the area?
Okay, well, I'll go tell her. You can wait here if you'd like.
Sure.
He disappears for a second, and so do I as I find the die that I dropped on the floor. Be right back.
Alright.
Oh my god, that's so meta, it's ridiculous. Oh.
I mean, I did hear it drop.
Okay,
Yeah,
there
so
we
did
go.
I. It was
So, let's see here. He comes back, and he says, sorry, like I said, Vivian really can't make any time for you right now. Come back tomorrow, maybe she can speak with you then.
Okay.
God. Alright, I'm just gonna step away and...
Are you sure you don't want to steal this official's horses?
You know what? Now that you,
You know
say
what,
it, it sounds like a
Lucian?
good idea.
It sounds like a really
know
good
what?
idea, right?
Yeah.
I feel like we should just, like, spend a session just walking around in circles, like, that's it. Let's go. I mean, that would be the best thing to DM.
Okay, so he gives
You
you
step on
a
it.
nod as he tells you this, and then kind of closes the door respectfully and disappears into the building. The three of you are left here on the steps of the city hall.
Aurelians, they never know what's good for them. It's almost pitiful.
Guys, I say we go turn in for the night, come back here in the morning, and then I will go out with someone and we will go bring this caravan back.
Sure.
As Pavel is talking there, you see a familiar figure comes around the corner, and Mavrin walks towards the group, and he says, oh, okay, so what are we doing?
Oh, well, I mean, we took those horses, put them outside the settlement. We're about to leave and go pick them up and head back over to the original caravan.
What?
No, we're
No,
kidding. Don't worry
Maverick.
about it.
That's with
No, we just couldn't.
We're gonna tell the guard again in the morning. They won't listen to us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go pull in the caravan myself tomorrow with someone.
He walks over to you and he says, this isn't time for joking, Airless. I don't know if you know how powerful this necromancer is, but we have to find him.
I mean,
And your jest isn't bringing us any steps closer to it.
you understand that a group without morale at all is a group that's most likely not going to find anything. So if you want us to be efficient, we better have morale in the
The only thing that I understand right now is that this once useful group has been filibustering for like 3 or 4 days now. Sorry,
You know
no
what?
offense, but I
You mean
thought you
once
would all be
useful
more help here.
Yes, and I thought you'd be more help, but apparently you didn't want to help us in any matter at all. We found a way to get information, and you decided to run away around a corner. So you know what? You have no way to be telling us what we're doing wrong.
To be fair,
Maverick steps away and he spits on the ground and then just leaves the group and walks down the street.
God damn it, Aaron. Look what you did, Aaron.
Why do you not care that someone just told you, Pavel, that you're useless?
Because my morals are still intact.
Yeah, sure they are. Alright,
I mean, was he wrong? Have we found anything?
Yeah, we found the merchant that came across it before we did, and apparently there were animals that weren't frozen to death. I don't know why the horses were alive after being chained up there, and that bird just mysteriously died out of nowhere. I mean, that's a hint. But I mean, hey, you know, if you guys want to let a hint go dry, that's your choice. But we're trying to figure out what the hell's happening, and you guys seem to have no initiative in the matter. So you know what? If someone's going to tell me I'm useless, they can go fuck themselves.
Keep your hints moist, boys.
Yeah. I'm, like... We came here out of a volition to help this guy, and... You know... trying to help, and I'm trying to do something that will actually get us the information we need, and he's kind of very judgmental about it, but you know what?
Is the voice channel still open?
What?
Oh, to speak with him? No, it's not.
I figured. God damn it.
Hey.
Listen, let's go get this cart, bring it back to town after we tell the guard about it, tell them we're bringing it back, we're not.
Well, you know, dude, I got a tent. We can go start walking out there now together, and we'll save some time, because if you guys want to get this cart back here, you know, before those traders leave, we should do it really soon. You know, I don't know what else to say right now. I'm just... So do you want to head out now, or do you want to wait till morning?
Oh, we have to tell the guard.
Well, we can tell the guard now.
Alright, well, let's go tell them and let's make pace.
Alright, so I guess, is anyone else coming with us, or is this going to be me and Pavel?
I'll be there with you.
Alright.
Following in tow, you are here behind your two companions, Traskin, and the three of you eventually make your way over there. Of course, Ander and his griffin as well. When you get inside of the guardhouse here, the guard captain gives you all a look. He says, "Citizens, what can I help you with?"
We found a caravan that was way outside of town, that's basically sitting on the side of the road, kind of in a ditch, and it's covered in snow, so it's been there for a long time. Does that count as abandonment?
Suppose so.
So
Why do
you
you
guys
ask?
wouldn't... I'm just wondering if you guys would mind if we just hauled it back into town to, basically keep, because, I mean, we tried figuring out who owned it, but the whole area was like, there's no footsteps, nothing, everything's gone. It just looks like someone left a carriage there and nothing else.
How far away from here?
Well, I mean, about 2 days. 2 days walk.
Sounds like it's in the middle of nowhere. If that's the
Yeah.
case, then that seems like it's been abandoned.
Alright, well, thanks. I just wanted to let you guys know that we'd be hauling it back in through here.
He gives you a nod and he says, "I'll add that to my notes. Thanks for speaking to the guard first."
Alright.
Alright, let's make our way back, start making our way out there, camp when we need to, and...
So easy to bullshit in Aurelian. Alright, let's go.
Okay, so you're headed back towards the cart.
Yep.
Okay, let's see how the weather fares.
It hates us, it always does.
I mean, on the way there, I mean, now that I'm coming back to my senses and I'm not actually drunk anymore, I'm gonna say, I'm sorry guys, but I've just been pissed off since we get into Aurelium. I really don't like being stuck behind enemy lines here.
Okay.
Everybody knows that ceasefire is a farce.
No worries, my friend.
I just don't understand why you guys want to think that going against a horse thief is wrong.
Made a promise. Gotta keep my promises.
Well,
Keeps us from being a savage.
I mean, I don't feel like it's hurting him if we take back what he doesn't own.
It takes roughly about 2 days before you eventually make your way back towards this area. And sure enough, on the side of the road, untouched, lays this cart, now with a little bit more snow. But you notice something else. Beside it, there appears to be a tent which has a little fire burning at it.
So, how did you get here before us? I can't say it loud.
Watch, it's not even Maverick.
Watch it not be him.
So are you approaching the little camp?
I'm like approaching the cart. You said at the camp. You said it was like right next to the cart. I'm saying like kind of loudly. So how'd you get here before us?
A voice calls out and says, "'Cause you're slow."
Yeah, well, you know.
I'm wearing all this armor. What do you want from me?
Sorry about earlier, man. I just don't like being cooped up behind enemy lines.
As you guys make your way over, you can see that clearly seated there, partially in the tent and partially outside by the fire, Mavrin is there.
And after saying like that apology, I offer to shake his hand.
He looks to you and he just says no.
Oh, we got ourselves another Damien. Alright. Alright, well.
Maverick, I
you-
know that this caravan is the most tangible evidence that we have. And I would like you to be able to inspect this at your best. Would you be better off if I hold this back to town?
He looks over towards the group, and let's see here. He calls for you, Pavel. He says, "Come here."
Okay, I'll come forward.
Yeah, he disappears into his tent for a second.
I go into the tent. You ain't leaving me, boy.
So when you get into the tent there, you can see that there's a simple bedroll laid out and some food and the like. You see what looks like some sort of like traveler's backpack in the corner. And Mavrin whispers to you so that people beyond the tent won't hear and says... he speaks to you into your mind using the same magic he did before. And he says to you, "I found tracks that lead from here. Just a single pair."
Humanoid?
Yes, they look like normal boot tracks. But they disappear, like the footsteps just become faint eventually, like they burn lighter than air, and then there's nothing. They don't lead anywhere, they just go off towards the east. I tell you this because I'm worried that your group's gonna mess something up. Don't trust your noble friend. No one can trust him. It seems like the other one. He came up with the whole plan to steal those horses. I feel like his heart's in the right place, but he's gonna do something rash.
Sometimes we jump to hard conclusions, and like you said, we've been filibustering, and they were trying to make something happen, and though their judges may not have been sound in our mind, they were trying to make something happen, but I understand. What's off to the east from here?
There's nothing. My map's the same as yours. It's just wilderness.
Well, not sure the decision to make here. I'd love to attempt to go out that way, but I fear that we would just wander aimlessly.
I've thought about that as well. Deciding whether or not to just travel over there.
How many rations do you have left?
I have plenty. Should be fine.
If we were to travel a few days and don't find anything to make our way back?
I'll travel with you, but only if you can promise to me that you can keep your party in check.
I promise we will keep our morals. It's just...
I don't care so much about that. I mean, look where we are. Like, your friends wanted to possibly get the guard to come and crack down on us. Wanted to steal from some merchant. If something happens and Yanshi attacks us, or maybe even something else out in the wilderness, how do I know that I can trust all of you?
Because in the small amount of time that I've known these men, we've done what's best. And that's why you came to us. I expect that we will show our best to you when it is needed.
Roll persuasion.
Who's been stacking my dice? The one time I'm not playing with my dice.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Find them.
That's my nigga right there.
He steps out of the tent with Pavel, says, "I've found something here. Since making it back, there is a set of tracks, and they go off towards the east, but they disappear into nothing. Your friend here," he looks over at Pavel, "thinks that it's a good idea that we travel a couple of days out there and see if we can find anything. I don't know if we will, but it's the only thing extra I've been able to find in my time here."
You have a map. Show me where you went to on the map.
No, I haven't traveled out in that direction yet.
Well,
It's just a set of tracks. I'll show you.
I'm gonna mark on his map where the High Elf ruin, Dalaman and his crew died.
Okay. So that's over there. He shows that his ruins, or his tracks, at least in their limited amount, lead off towards here.
And I'm going to mark that on his map, and as he points that's below, I'm gonna be like, if you head north, there's going to be ruins where there was an evil force. If there's any correlation, there might be, when we've faced it before. But otherwise, we'll follow your lead.
Look, they're an obedient type.
He seems mildly reassured and starts to pack up his camp.
Table talk, was Ender a full elf or a half elf?
Ander, he's human.
Oh, I thought he was an elf for some reason.
Nope.
Huh.
Okay.
Fusion. I'm sorry.
Before leaving, these tracks that Mavrin has found are pointed out to you, and he shows you here in the dirt what looks like a set of tracks that lead off towards the east. And sure enough, if you go about 10 feet away from the camp here, the footprints become really light and then eventually just sort of disappear.
Can I investigate where they disappear?
Sure. Yeah, it's like they just gradually get to the point where you can't see them.
So, I don't know if I know much about it, but is this like something that's prevalent in a teleport, or does a teleport usually just have someone standing still?
You would have no idea.
Oh, great.
Wait, do these footsteps, do they look like it's someone running, or if they're walking, are they normal stride or running?
Oh, interesting. Go ahead and make for me a survival check, please, Pavel.
Oh god, don't tell me that.
Um,
Alright, what's my survival? It is 0. Alright, cool. Right. Better than the negative. Roll, baby, roll!
Let's go Inferno.
Alright. 14.
14. Okay. It does not look like they're running. And in fact, it looks like a very leisurely pace.
If, looking at the tracks, he said they were humanoid. Do they seem like full footfalls, boots, or were they more skeletal?
It looks like a pair of boots.
Is it in the snow, or is it on the earth below the snow?
The earth below the snow. And it seems as though Mavrin has cleared out the snow in this patch so you can see them.
Is there any blood anywhere, or any,
No, definitely not. It seems clear.
Okay, so whoever wasn't injured. Or walking wasn't injured.
Maverick, it appears that whoever went this way went with intent. They weren't panicked.
Yeah, turn to him.
I don't think it could have been anyone that survived. I mean, why would they just walk off here?
Have you
That's
detected
why I believe
magic
we have
in
our
this
culprit.
area?
Sorry, Pavel and then Taraskin, if you would.
That's why I believe we have our culprit. Clearly, they're walking with intent. They
Okay.
have a destination.
Yeah, he
It's not
nods
in vain.
after your thought there. And Taraskin, what did you say?
Did you detect magic at all in this area? If he just faded into oblivion.
There's nothing. There's no magic, but I definitely think magic is at play. It must have worn off.
No. If his footprints slowly faded, that means that he could have just started hovering away. That there's many different ways to do that, is there not?
Yes, yeah, there's multiple spells he could have used. It could have been levitation, maybe even a clever use of Tensor's floating disk. Pass without trace, perhaps.
Well, let's keep searching in this direction then.
See, and that's what I'm most peculiar about, because the footsteps fade off. It's not like he just switched modes of transportation.
Yeah, or like, it's
Through
like it just
lighter.
stops, it's just gone.
The other thing, too, that I was thinking about, when you and I used our detect magic, Taraskin, there's no evidence of any teleportation circle. I missed that the first time, but we would have definitely noticed. So, someone did teleport, it wasn't through a permanent means, or they definitely cleared it up afterwards.
That's true.
Could someone have cast, like, Featherfall to make themselves light to make the trail disappear?
There's many different ways to have your footprints disappear.
Strange
Was
use
just
of
one
it,
of many.
but perhaps.
All that we can do is spend the next few days investigating this area as best as we can. There's nothing really else that we can do.
Okay. So your group is going to travel off there, and how far will you go before calling it quits?
Searching at a slow
I'd
pace.
say all the way to the ruins.
Or
Well, the ruins are to the north, so we're not going to run right into those.
Yeah.
But
Like,
So I'm trying to How
I
how
say
far
like
can we go while being safe? That's the
So-
real question.
roughly about 1 unit here is 2 days travel, if the weather is normal.
So, I mean, I only have 8 days worth of travel, so it's gonna take us, if it takes us 2 days to haul that cart back into town, that's 6 days, so we can go 3 days out if it's gonna take 3 days to go back.
let's just spend 2 days searching for now. See
Yeah,
if we
it's
can
been
find
2
Alright,
days.
2 days, so
Okay. So let us see how the weather is.
It's sunny all of a sudden.
it's perfect. The snow melts,
Spring
the
has
ground actually
returned.
becomes pillows.
I
We
rolled a
can
7,
walk-
so no pillows. Let's see here. You do not get particularly far in your 2 days, and the weather definitely makes a turn for the worse. As you're traveling along here, you get maybe about half as far as you had hoped. Along the way, I'll have all of you please roll a perception check.
I had a system for my dice over here. Look what you've done to me.
Sorry. Hey!
Yo! Oh
Yo!
my God, I told you I got them nat ones out the way early.
Nat
Doubt my logic.
20. Just deal with that. The rest of it is bad.
Okay.
6 and 8.
There's no snow, but a very cold wind howls all around you, and while you're traveling, you get to the point where you've gone long enough, your rations will not carry you much further. You know you have to turn back, but off, just towards the eastern horizon you've been traveling towards this, during this whole time, Pavel, you spy something. You think you see very, very far off, like snow kind of blown around it and everything, what looks like a little lump off in the distance. And at first you think it's a bush or a rock, and then realize it's actually a backpack laying there on the ground.
Guys, I spy with my little eye something of interest.
Where is it? Where do you see it?
I point, like, to the left of it, so I don't want Airless to see it because I'm a dick. And I tap Maverick, it's right there. Backpack.
I'm saying, well, do you guys want to detect it with magic then? See if it's safe, or if there's anything...
He squints and he says, I can barely see that. Good eye.
Wait, why are you guys looking to the right of where I'm looking? You said it was right there.
Get glasses, kid.
Oh. Alright, well, do you guys want to detect magic, or, approach it?
Just walk up to it. It doesn't seem like there's anything else out here. It's just that backpack.
Alright. Do you guys want to try to do anything more cautious, or?
Okay. As you make your way over, your group gets up to this little backpack, and more detail comes into focus. You see what looks like a small pit that was actually dug out a little bit into the ground. A shovel lays on the ground by the pit, and in the pit you see a bunch of charcoal which has been laid there, and also a little kind of thin covering of snow over it. It's clearly some sort of a fire pit that has been left and abandoned since. Around this fire pit there is this backpack which sits up, and also near it what looks like 2 winter coats.
Oh god. Did we just come across more missing people?
Can I pick up the cloaks and see, like, what size they are, or... Like, are they small, like children or dwarf size? Are they
No,
large, regular human size?
They're definitely the size of a regular human.
Alright, are there any names on them by any chance, or are they just cloaks?
Oh, interesting. Let's see. No, they're unnamed, and whatever tailor has made these did not leave his or her moniker attached to them.
But there's nothing telling us anything about these, besides that they're about the size of humans.
Alright, let's check out this backpack.
Alright. I'll let Pavel do the honors, he saw it.
I look at Maverick, you check this.
Are you gonna tell him to check it?
Like, if you'd be so kind as to inspect it. My eyes have already caught one thing. I think I'm all out of luck.
He makes his way over and holds out his hand. You see a sort of like a ghostly hand appears by the bag and peels across the top and starts to rifle through it. And he slowly starts to extract all of the items. He pulls out at first a tinderbox, and then afterwards what looks like a collection of little climbing gear, pittance, some rope. After that, some food, and drops that down. Soon he drops a little pouch that jingles with gold. And then next he drops out what looks like a bunch of parchment that has like a little string tied around it.
Parchment with string
Do you
around.
guys mind if I read that parchment, or?
Yeah, check it out.
Alright, I'll read it.
Okay. Checking it out, the parchment here seems to be blank, and it's like somebody has collected a bunch of blank papers, perhaps for some writing at a later time, but none of them have anything on them, and they're all kind of spotless as they're tied up here ready to be used.
Invisible ink.
Yeah, is there any way that this could be invisible, or maybe hidden with magic? Because it seems tied together in, like...
Maverick
a
turns
journal
towards you,
used.
having casted his detect magic spell. He says, I don't detect anything here.
What about the heat?
Yeah. I wonder, could I, like, light a torch and hold it under it? Not enough to burn it, though.
Sure. The heat doesn't seem to give any effect, so you can -1 torch, and the parchment paper that you hold it over doesn't seem to change.
So it's not any sort of invisible ink that I know of.
Okay.
Yep, that's all my torches, too.
So the question is,
And it could just be empty journal paper.
why?
It looks like they were adventures of some sort they had there. Pittance here and rope, they made papers.
There like any like mountain sides near us?
Ah. Far off in the distance, the closest thing around is the Grey Peak Mountains, which for you right now would probably be like 6 to 10 days away, if the weather was good.
Is the food spoiled?
Interesting. Checking out the rations, there's a total of, let's see here, 12 of them, and no, they are not.
And I take them, I say, well, they're not spoiled. You guys want to split them, or?
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna split them just because this. I don't know. That's kind of stealing.
Oh, well, I mean, okay. Is the fire pit cold?
Interesting. You go and check it out, and go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
Indeed, the fire pit is cold, much like everything else around here.
Alright. So, yeah, the fire pit's cold, guys.
So the question is, why is this stuff left here?
Well, I mean, if it's like you said, and that, whoever attacked them, possibly the abductees, came this way, and they might have taken these people as well. Did they have anything else propped up, like, on the ground? Anything that could be covering anything?
Just the backpack and the 2 coats.
Could I just, like, try to move them around, see if there's anything under them? Pools of blood?
Sure. Checking underneath, let's see what you find. There does not appear to be anything there.
Well, I mean, if they were cleaning stuff up, they did a better job this time. Fire's cold. This stuff seems to have been possibly left here. I don't think of anyone who would leave their backpack behind. I mean, it's not like we're at a cave or anything. It's out in the middle of nowhere.
It just seems odd that the culprits of these would walk out this way and randomly run into adventures and then...
Yeah, well, I mean, they possibly came across these adventures. Though the one thing that it mystifies me is that their winter clothes are here. They must not have been wearing them, and it has been very cold and snowing recently, so I wonder if it's been a while. Was there, like, dust on top of it? Is, like, the backpack relatively dusty or any reason? Anyway?
Oh, none of it really seems to be dusty or anything like that.
Was any of it covered in snow?
No, and in fact, nothing here in the land really has too much snow on it, given that it's been very windy in the last few days.
Damn.
Yeah, so there's like a little peppering of it here and there, but that's about it. Kind of like in the nooks and corners between the, like the straps of the backpack.
Any of the tools or anything they have, do they seem like they were recently used or anything like that? Like, do the pittons still have dirt on them?
Oh, interesting. The pittons do look like they've been used. And you can see scratch marks on the end of some of them. It's clear that this gear has been used, and the rope is also frayed every now and then as well. It's obviously some gear that has seen use at least a few times.
Yeah, so, whoever this is, this wasn't any fresh gear. Maybe they were on their way back from the Grey Peak Mountains.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other way to explain this.
This is so hard for me just because, like, I'm not good at mystery stuff in general.
So, in this weather, so that was 2 days of travel? 0.5?
Yeah.
That would be...
I would have to head back now if I was going to have any food left.
So 3 is... Yeah, alright, yeah.
You guys want
it'd
to make
take
camp
us...
here? We can make use of their old fire pit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it would give us a chance to watch while,
I'll
see if anything comes back.
Yeah, see if they come back, and we'll take turns at watch.
I'll dig through the fire pit to try and see if there's any still warm coals.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like it's all quite cold. That being said, it might be good fuel to kind of start something up. You want to all camp here for the night?
Sure.
Yeah,
Does Mavrin have any complaints?
Nope. See that he looks around the camp like he's searching for something, but eventually when you mention staying here, he starts to kind of unfold his tent.
Do you guys mind if I quickly grab something? I'll just be back in a sec.
Yeah, we can take a 5 or 10 minute break.
Oh no, it's like literally like 10, 20 seconds.
Sure, yeah, go for it. So all of you go to set up camp here and kind of pull out your bedrolls, and if any of you have tents or anything like that, which I don't think that you do you?
no.
The airless does.
Okay. You all go to set up, and now you have a collection of stuff all around here, and you've used a small shrub nearby that was kind of on its last legs, dying in the winter, and used its kindling to get a little bit of fire going. What do you guys want to do?
Find the bad guys.
Find the bad guys.
Well, the only thing I really can do with the spells that I prepared was more detect magic, so I guess while keeping watch, just throw detect magic on every once in a while.
Okay.
And see if I can wander around and find anything.
So your detect magic yields nothing, and you don't manage to find any source of magic around the camp while waiting.
Right.
Maverin occasionally paces the area, and eventually comes back towards you all, sitting down at the fire saying, "I don't see any of the tracks here."
No, nor do I sense any essence of them being here with arcane means.
The real question is, are these the culprits, or are these another victim of the culprits?
If it was the culprits, I don't see why they'd leave evidence of them.
That's just the thing.
I also don't feel like they would be using tools like this. Rope and climbing gear?
Seemed like they were basic adventurers starting off on their path. Unfortunate.
Fools. Well, Maverick, I believe we've reached the end. I kind of like look around at the food that I have left. Like, this is what I've got. It's do or die.
Well, we could turn back and try to get to Tentacus.
So we've used 6 rations up at this point, yeah? Because it took us 3 days to walk back here, and then to this point it took us another 3 days?
It was 2 days to the caravan, and then 3 days.
1 day to here.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, sorry, 2 days out to here. Let me see. It took you 2 days. It took you 2 days to get back to the cart, and then you traveled for 2 days into the east.
Okay,
so
I have 6 rations left then.
Alright, I mean, I can make it another day. Maybe.
I'll hand you 3 rations.
No, like another extra day. Like, I've got 6 left.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
But I'm willing to risk it if we want to go out another day and see if we can find anything.
You guys want to go another day?
This is our biggest lead, the best chance that we have so far. If we can find anything else.
Well, when we wake up in the morning, we'll make our decision.
I'll go farther out. Yeah, I mean, if we're not gonna follow the caravan lead, then we have to follow this one.
Okay, so you guys all resolved to travel east, going straight off into the wilderness, hoping to find something else. You start early the next day, and I'll have all of you please roll perception. And also, before you do that, tell me how far you're gonna go. Just 1 day?
Yeah.
I mean, for now, I could technically pull another 2 days if we had to with my constitution.
Yeah, well, me too, but I'd rather not risk that. I mean,
weather could get a lot worse.
Yeah, we'll see.
What are we rolling?
14.
17 perception.
17.
Oh, okay. 2.
I'm all out on that. I'm all out on useful nat 20s, guys.
The cold winds the next day soon turn into a blustery, buffeting power of snow which is swept around, and your vision starts to become worse and worse as a snowstorm rolls in. You only get to travel a small amount before the evening finally comes, and all of you are very, very cold. Let's make for me a Constitution saving throw.
God, I should have.
Why must you do this?
Alright, +1. Let's do this. Is it a Constitution save or Constitution check?
Constitution saving throw.
22.
2, okay. 18.
7!
Okay. You have a single level of exhaustion, Pavel, and you are freezing. Your body shaking from the cold. Despite your winter coat, it is starting to numb you, and the cold wind and the snow getting in around all the cracks of your clothing is starting to finally wear you down.
I hand Pavel my extra winter cloak.
Okay. So, here you are after a day of travel, and you've also, unfortunately, been unable to find anything. Mavrin calls out to you. He's but 5 feet away as you kind of are moving in the group, and the snow sort of makes it almost difficult to hear his words as he calls out and says, "We have to turn back!"
I agree!
Alright. Yeah. Turn.
Okay. So where are we going next?
You guys just want to head straight back to,
Yeah. Let's just go straight back to the town.
Okay.
Can we... Oh, yeah. That makes
Let's see how it goes. Wow, I rolled a second one. Holy
Oh
fuck.
my god, I'm dead!
Winter's a bitch.
Well, I have to subtract, 3 more rations?
Let's see.
I'm dead.
As long as it doesn't take 8 days. Takes 9 days. Oh god.
Okay. It is immediately obvious the snowstorm is not going to let up. All of you traveling along here are going to have to go into saving your rations because of how slow your travel is. You know that the 6 rations that all of you have left here is not going to make it. So you've added the rations from that backpack, right?
Oh, we did?
Nope.
I don't know, did you? No, you left it. Okay.
No, you said it was stealing.
So traveling along here, all of you have 6 rations, and you can tell by how slowly you're going that you're going to have to stretch them out. What's everyone's constitution modifier?
1!
1?
3.
3? Okay. And how about you there, Traskin?
1.
1? Okay.
Not the worst.
So that means 6, you could go up to a max of like 12 days. And indeed, out on the road, that is how long it takes you before you finally pull into the town. Multiple times you are pulled off course, or you can barely travel forward as the winds blow against you. The freezing cold slows your step, and after 12 long days, a trip that should have taken maybe 3 or 6 has been extended out past a 10-day. You finally pull into the town of Tinticus.
Can I make it easier for any of them? Because I have a modifier of 3. Can I give them one?
Ah, so they have lost all of their food. You would have, let's see here, with 3 there, so you could go 3. You have 2 of your rations left. That's
Alright,
it.
well, I mean...
And
yeah,
giving
I'll
them
hand
some won't improve the travel time.
Well, I'm just gonna, like, now that we've made it, they're probably more starving than me, so I'll give,
You
I'll
think
give
I
one-
ain't going straight to get some food?
I'm still gonna give 1 to Casey and 1 to Draxamel, what we think is gonna be the last day.
How's Mavrin holding up?
Yeah.
How is Mavrin holding up? Interesting. Mavrin seems to be a fairly tough customer, and he is bundled up in his wizard's robes there and follows behind you as best that he can and doesn't seem to be succumbing to the cold. He does follow you guys all throughout this long travel and eventually makes it back into the town with you as well.
Well, I mean, I turned to Pavel and I said, "You okay, man? I saw that the cold really gets to you."
By the way, your level of exhaustion is gone now, Pavel.
Fuck yeah!
Alright.
I mean, I'll be fine, but that was just a bit rough. This cold armor kind of makes everything colder.
Yeah. Alright, well, let's get straight back to the inn.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Hopefully we're not rejected.
Yeah, can we go to like another restaurant?
Yeah,
Is there
another
anywhere
inn?
else? I don't think there is.
Oh, to find a different one. Let's see. Let's roll luck for you folks.
I don't want to be that asshole who shows up. Yeah, my friend tried to kill me now.
Okay. Finally, you pull back into town and resolve to find a place that was not the one that you had been before. And you find that there is a little place nearby, small inn, that looks as though it's maybe built into just a large residence, not really like a proper building built for that, like the other one, but it'll do. You can see that the little sign outside, the sign outside says Tammy's.
Tammy's. All right.
Better
This
here
is a
than to go back
brothel, is
to...
it?
Goes inside. Oh god. I thought I was getting an in.
I mean, we are getting in.
My...
No, you guys are too poor for that shit.
My holy eyes are offended.
Hey, I still got money.
So making your way inside, Tammy's looks like a really, really simple place. There's a few tables here and there and a bar at the back. It looks like there's a couple of rooms towards the back, which could be for rent, and there's only 2 of them. Like, it's an incredibly small tavern.
Go up to the bar and just say, how much for a room?
She looks over at you and she tells you, it's 2 silver.
And a meal?
And let's see here. A meal is a silver piece.
Alright, well, here's a gold piece for both rooms. And a meal for everyone.
Okay. Solemnly, you pay for the 2 rooms and overpay quite a bit for them. She says, thank you. Let me know if you need anything else.
Well, for the rooms and for a meal for each person.
Oh, I see. Okay. Here, I'll get that for you in a second.
Alright, thank you.
Disappears and makes her way around a little door before eventually bringing back to you all some food. And all of you are seated here at the bar. What do you want to do? Traskin, it seems like you're feeling down.
Huh? Oh, just, it got really fucking hot in my room, so it's really hard to, like, it's normally, how hot would you say is here, Lucian? Like, maybe around
Dude, with my
20
computer
degrees?
running, too hot.
Yeah, no, my room is now 30.5 degrees Celsius, which is
Oh,
about
it's super
7.
gay.
Yeah, it's 7 degrees hotter than it usually is here. So I'm sorry if I'm running a little bit low on enthusiasm.
It's
all good.
yeah,
It's 59 degrees in my apartment, Fahrenheit.
I really thought you were trying to act downtrodden because of
Yeah.
like, the fact that we just trekked through that. I mean, I thought you were just doing some really good acting.
Oh well, trekking through. It's hard, but like no, this is 100% like
Calculated.
coming in on heat exhaustion for someone
Yeah.
who's not used to it.
Well, dude, drink some water.
Oh, I've downed 2 glasses. Why do you think I've been quiet? I've been like running back and forth to my fridge.
I'm lucky because we're still able to get like some 45 to 50 degree nights in New England when we're lucky. So it's been making the heat a lot better.
Yeah.
So, when this lady comes back and like after we've kind of had our meal,
Yeah, she's this woman in probably like her mid-30s with like short-ish brown hair and kind of like rosy cheeks as she makes her way over towards you and hands you all your food. You can see what looks like some meat and potatoes on these little plates.
meat and potatoes.
Oh. Yeah, for now, I'm just kinda really it.
Interesting.
I'll kind of ask everyone, like, can I see your map real quick?
Sure, he shows you his map, and it looks a lot like yours. There's a little bit of extra detail here and there, but it's otherwise the same. That spider's fucking huge! We're going to a waiting screen. 1 second. Be right back.
I gotta see this thing, please.
Come on, point your webcam.
Okay, let's see.
No, let's see it with you.
I gotta see it.
No, please, don't go to a waiting screen. Put it on your webcam facing it. I want to see.
Damn money. We know it.
Yeah. Oh god, I can barely say your name. The Cerebrit plays. Yeah, the torch went out from just that. I know. I didn't understand how my torch died just holding it under a piece of paper for like 2 seconds.
It just burns and it's cold and I don't know.
You better be taking that spider to a rescue shelter. I'm gonna be very, very angry.
Oh my god. Someone call PETA!
Get him relocated. He could be endangered. Every animal has
I'm
a
back.
right. Did you
Welcome back.
Did you let it safely outside?
Of course.
Oh, did you relocate it to a habitable environment?
Yes.
Oh,
I even
alright.
spun it a second web to live in.
PETA approves.
And then I lit him on fire.
Okay, all right, yeah. No. You don't say that part. You say the first part.
And then I stole his horses.
Hey.
Oh.
Why is that like a meme now? Come on, it's not like
that's
they weren't
totally
his
me for the rest of
horses.
the time I play with you guys.
They were never his horses.
So, all of you are here
They were
seated at the
bargaining
bar, and you're looking at Maverin's map.
Yeah. And I look at the lady who's been there, like, how long have you lived here, ma'am?
He says, oh, I moved in here just a little while ago.
Fucking useless. God damn.
Whoa, what?
No, I don't say that.
Okay.
Oh,
Do you, I kind of like point on the map towards where we were headed. Have you ever heard of anyone going out here in the wilderness?
Pointing to where, sorry?
Kind of like in the general direction that we were traveling.
Oh. She shakes her head and she says, no, there's nothing out there.
Huh. Alright. That's curious. And, I was kind of like, well, I thank you. Sorry to bother you with sorry to take some of your time.
I'm glad they haven't gotten into combat yet, guys. I feel like this is like a record.
We've been in friendly combat with each other.
Yeah. Vocal combat of the most epic levels. By that I mean it sucked. I mean, I've been trying to Maverick and say, I mean, there's much we can do now. We've kind of exhausted our leads.
I don't believe that our leads are exhausted. I mean, could we get any more use out of the cart? I mean, I don't know how much time you've had to examine it, Maverick.
I mean, I was thinking more of the caravan guy, but I'm assuming he's out of town by now. It has been 12 days.
Oh yeah, I'll do locate object on my manacles.
Interesting. Let's see. Whoa, that was loud. Holy fuck.
Sorry, like I'm choking on some water and.
Oh, nice. Locate object.
I'm choking on Cool Whip.
Cool.
So if the object is within 1,000 feet of you, you'll be able to know where it is. So you cast it on yourself, and it seems like it's actually somewhat near. You can feel that it's tugging kind of towards one end of town, outside beyond the door.
Is it back towards his place?
Yeah, in my like inner compass, does that feel familiar?
Yeah, it seems like it's headed back towards his place.
He found it. Found it.
Yeah, he's probably just like sitting at the door. Alright, let's go find my manacles, see if I can retrieve them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so you head
No
off out of
confrontation.
town. You've purchased rooms here and gotten your room keys, and all of you guys kind of step out knowing where you're going to sleep for the night at least, and go back towards the little house that this merchant was staying at. And outside there, you look around, being pulled along by this magical force of a object, until eventually you find it. It's been left here in what looks like a pail of water a couple of houses away. The cart is also gone.
So
The manacles are in a pail of water.
Yes.
I think he's
frozen
trying to
water?
rust him.
The water has like a thin film of ice over top.
They have
Alright,
been
I'll
trying
just-
to rust them.
I'll just smash my fist through and pull them out.
Sure. You pull out these cold manacles here, and you can add them back to your inventory. They don't look like they've been damaged or anything like that, but somehow the lock has been sprung.
Alright.
I mean, they're mercenaries.
Yeah, I mean, they know how to steal horses, they know how to pick locks.
I guess let's go check out his house and see if anyone's home.
Talk to them about it, Benjamin. Alright.
Okay. You make your way back over towards his house. It's just a little bit down the street, and you can see the area, the little alleyway where he had previously kept the caravan. All of it is missing. You're standing outside of it. There's no sound of partying or anything like that, though there is a little light in one of the windows.
Knock on the door.
Yeah, let's knock on the door.
You go to knock on the door and there's no response.
Knock harder.
Okay. Now, loudly enough that you're sure anyone in the house would hear, there's no response.
Oh.
The light in the window, is it like a candle, or is it like a light of like a full room being lit?
Tough to say, but up on a second floor, what looks like a loft that must be built into the sort of like A-frame shaped roof. There is a little window there, and from beyond it, a little bit of light flickers, but you can't actually tell what its source is.
Can I like look around the premises of the house, see if like it could just be like a second stairway leading to like a different domicile or something?
Oh,
Or
like if it has like an outside exit? Sure.
Yeah.
So
like,
you go around the house and you see that it has a back door entrance, but no, you don't see anything like a little stairway that goes up to the top.
Well, it doesn't seem like anybody's home, but there is that light.
Right.
I don't know,
opening the
it
door.
seems like he would have left with his caravan.
You're gonna open the door?
Yeah, see if it
I
opens.
mean, I'm not gonna...
Why are we breaking it?
I'm just gonna walk
No.
away
You
because
turn the
Just,
handle, and
I don't care.
it doesn't click. It doesn't move all the way. It must be locked.
Alright.
You can see a little
Yeah.
keyhole here at the handle.
I'll just leave it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I try and use my room key. No.
Alright, I mean... So yeah, the merchant, seems like he's moved on.
Fair enough.
And we've already gotten all the information from that cart that we can get at least thus far. I mean, could
What's
go
up?
after Acer, but that's some of the stretch.
There might be something in his house, but who knows?
You guys didn't want to break the law before. Do you want to now?
Nope.
There you go.
Let's go back to the Perfect. See if she might have time for us now.
Sure.
What do you want to talk to her about? I mean,
I'm just trying to get information. Ask her if she
Alright.
knows anything about out in that area. We're
Okay.
travelers.
So this time you return back, and snow blows about in the street here and there. Eventually you retrace your steps getting to City Hall. And when you make your way inside, you can see a bunch of tables with officials there, currently going through papers. One person talks to another man who's completely bundled up in a winter coat. And a few of these officials are not busy with anything, so you can go and speak with them. When your group gets over towards them, what looks like a man in his later stages of life looks up at you and says, what can I help you with?
Is the Perfect available?
Well, I just rolled a 20. He nods at you, and he says, yes, Vivian's ready if you need to speak with her. What is this all about?
We came to speak with her a few days ago, but she was busy, and we're looking to inform her of our current situation and see if she might have some information for us as to some curious areas.
Okay. He nods and then heads off, disappearing around a door, and then eventually the door opens back up, and he motions with his hand, like beckoning you to all come with him.
Also, side note, just curious about Mithrin Blade's abilities. Do I have to see where I'm going in that 10-foot distance?
No.
Cool. Good to know.
No. Making your way over here, it seems that there's a little hallway you're led through until eventually, in one of the doors that dot this hallway, you make your way into a room that has at it a very good collection of books. Both on the table, on the little shelves nearby, and everything. There are books all over the place. And seated behind this is what appears to be, let's see here, a somewhat young woman who is currently reading through a text. And when she sees all of you make your way in, the official kind of clears his throat, and she looks over, and it appears that she's not busy with anything. She just kind of folds up the book after putting a bookmark into it, and calls you over towards the desk.
You said this is a young woman?
Yes, she looks like she's probably in her early 20s. The other details about the room you can see, apart from all these books which are laying all over the place, there is a shrine as well to some god over kind of in the corner there.
Oh, what are the ages of everyone in this party? Everyone ever gave their age?
We're asking what's about 30.
I'm 24.
I'm right about that 25-ish area.
Yeah, okay.
Probably a little bit older, but not
Yeah,
by much.
she looks like she's probably around your age.
Alright. Oh, yeah.
But do she got a booty, though?
Who can tell behind that desk? She looks over as you guys all approach, and she kind of puts her book down and says, "Hi, I'm Vivian."
And I am Pavel. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you, Pavel. You guys have questions?
Yeah. We actually came to see you a couple days ago, but it seemed like you're out of the office. I'll kind of like go on this long-winded rant, kind of like start explaining, what we came a couple days ago for. Like, hey, there's this caravan and this merchant who just left town, and we just went to go see if he's still here, and he's gone.
Stole horses.
Yeah, he got the horses off this caravan, then we went and told the guard, and we went to go get the caravan, but we found foot tracks. I'm pretty much just going to do the same thing that I told the old lady. Do you know of anything that's out here in this eastern wilderness?
Okay. So, how much of this story do you tell when it comes to, like, Maverin and Soulsland and everything?
Oh, nothing about us being from Noveria at all.
Yeah,
And-
no, not like any of that, but like I'm
So
telling her,
literally, you're a bunch of people that came across this caravan out in the wild, and
why don't we? I mean, like, oh, is it only Pavel, or like we all saying stuff?
well, right now it's Pavel. Pavel, you know what? If you don't want to, you don't have to. But I would kind of suggest that you just say it to her as you would, instead of saying "I say this" roughly.
Okay, that's fine.
Because then that way we'll know exactly what you tell her and what you don't.
Yeah.
She
So
seems
if
to
you-
be at full attention and listens to your story wholeheartedly.
Well, a few days we came to the area, and upon our travels, we came across a abandoned caravan, and with it, not much trace of the travelers who were with it, and didn't appear to be a struggle. Just maybe someone off to the side, and things seemed quite odd. And when we came back to the town to ask questions, we found that a man, a trader, had actually acquired the horses of it, and it just seemed to be quite peculiar. And we went to inquire about the situation to see if he had found anything, the life of the travelers who owned the cart. He just seemed unwilling to give information. Upon going back to inspect the caravan, after, of course, telling the guard of what we had found and that we might bring the caravan back, upon return, in fact, we found footsteps that headed off to the east that slowly faded off. And as we went to investigate to maybe find survivors, or someone who might have been lost, we came across a backpack in a abandoned charcoal pit, and clearly someone camping, and they were missing as well. And quite frankly, it seems odd that there be disappearing footsteps and then an abandoned backpack and cloaks, like someone had been surviving in this wilderness, and everything just doesn't seem to add up.
Well, it seems like you've stumbled on quite a mystery. I guess I must ask, why would you spend so many days out in the cold just looking for this?
It's a lot of you are more contracted to do the work, but that's all I'm at liberty to say. By those who already knew about the caravan, but and they had to do with the contents, but...
Make a deception check for me.
I'm not lying, I'm just skirting around the truth. I said we were like told. Oh, come on, give me my high roll tonight, please.
Wait, can Bless give?
Oh my god! Do I get any add-ons for deception? Nope. You know, you could have just been nice, D&D. No, could 4. Let's see what I would have rolled. 4. I think you just really wanted to give me a 4. Oh, yeah, it could have gone a 9. 3, yeah. 4. Ooh, 5. Nice. That's high. That's
Okay.
Ooh, 6. Ooh, we're really getting high here. Oh, look at that, a 14.
Oh,
Finally.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she pauses for a second and she says, well, I don't know exactly what's going on. And as far as it goes with the trader, if he just found the horses left there, then it's good that he rescued them from the cold. I can't tell you about that area, though. There's nothing out there. I remember a while back someone was doing some excavating out in the east, but that was long concluded.
Yeah, that was us, but...
We're digging out there?
We were. Oh, no, it just doesn't matter.
So you're sure you can't tell me who your employer is?
No, I'm sorry, but not something I can give up. It was best. So...
Well, unless you have any questions, I'm afraid I can't really tell you much more on this. There's nothing out there towards the east. It seems like you're chasing a ghost.
And has that area been thoroughly explored, or...?
Maybe by the occasional explorer.
But nothing extremely conclusive.
There's no reason to check out over there. There's nothing. It's just wastes.
But with all the elven ruins in the area, I would assume that people would be scouring, looking for more.
Well, people have a habit of going missing when they head into the ruins.
That is true.
Let's just say Tinticus does not have much in terms of adventurers.
I think Aurelians are just great at, like, getting me pissed the fuck off. I think that's, like, their goal in life is, hey, let's piss off everyone, and then we'll take their shit, because we're assholes. Alright. Yeah, so, I mean, I say, alright, well, thanks for, what you could tell us.
Okay. She looks over at the rest of the group and says, is there anything else?
I think that's it for now. I'm just glad that we were able to make the situation aware to you, and we may continue to look into it, and if something were to come up, we may call upon you and for insight.
So you guys want to leave, or?
Yeah, let's go back and turn in for the night, and...
Okay. Your group leaves, and while you're out there in the cold, Mavrin kind of shouts to your group as the wind blows about and says, I think I'm gonna sleep somewhere else tonight.
You sure? I purchased a room for us all.
Yeah, no, that's alright. I'm gonna head back. If you need anything, I'll be at the Rusty Flagon. I'm gonna stay here for a few days.
Alright.
Oh!
Yeah, he's leaving us.
Yeah, he gives you all a nod and then leaves the group.
Yep, so he gave up on us. Yay! Alright.
Well, that, and yeah.
I like turning over when I say, you know, I swear to God, when the war starts back up, I have a new target. I mean, come on. Alright.
Okay, so you guys make your way back to Tammy's.
I'm so pillaging that trader if I come across him.
Okay. So let's see here. While you guys are traveling along, going back towards Tammy's, I need all of you to please roll perception for me.
Actually, I'm gonna use the die tower. I'm gonna roll this die tower.
15 for
You said perception?
Perception.
The die tower gives me a You know what? This
Oh,
world...
come on! I rolled off the 17 and the 13.
What did you get?
Ooh,
And that one.
Oh, wow.
I got a 7. Nothing
Okay.
great.
I got 15.
Pavel, you see absolutely nothing as like a bunch of snow just blows in your eyes before you can blink in time. And your eyes are watering as you wander along here. But the other two, you notice something. In an alleyway nearby, a group of 3 or 4 thugs are eyeing you. And it looks like they're attempting to be subtle about it, kind of seated there behind some
Alright.
crates and everything, but you clearly make eye contact with them as they're staring at you out here in the road. You also notice that in this part of town, it's relatively deserted, perhaps because of the level of town that you're in, like maybe you're in a lower district, or maybe because of the horrid weather, but either way, it's just you and this group.
I'm
I pull
going
out
to
my-
thaumaturgy and
I
just...
pull out my great sword and say, "Go ahead and fucking try."
Okay, how about you there, Traskin?
I'll just stand behind him with my shield in hand.
Oh wait, what were you gonna do?
No, it's fine.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Traskin, you hear behind you what sounds like a little scuff, like somebody taking a footstep.
I'll turn around to see where it is.
Okay. In another alleyway behind you, you see a man with a crossbow held in hand, and he fires it. And I need everyone to please roll initiative.
Oh, we
Alright.
couldn't go without combat.
Yes, thank you. Lucy.
Actually, I want
You
combat.
heard
That's
my
what I built
pleas.
this character for, but
Ah, finally,
so
my
what's
first
initiative?
good
It's
roll.
your roll
Let's
plus
go.
dex.
Dex, yeah.
Why can't I ever remember that? Cool, I got a 15. I'll take it.
Oh, hey, we're tied.
Oh, of course, I'll go second, as always.
No, wait. What's your modifier?
It's
Is
a
it
1.
0? It's 1? Then you go before me.
Fuck yeah!
So are these 4 the only thugs, or like the only people I see?
Pavel don't see shit.
I would love to kill these guys.
I would just love to not go to jail for killing thugs that we can't prove it.
Do they look like thugs? Do they have like tattoos and stuff and like ratty armor?
Profiling.
Oh, I don't know, dude. Anyone covered in tattoos
Hey.
with ratty armor pulling a sword on me, I'm pretty sure that means they're a thug. But you know,
Lives matter.
I mean, hey, if he's not pulling a sword on me, then I assume he's not a thug, but I'm pretty sure that whole unsheathing the sword and pointing it at me makes him a thug.
Okay, interesting. Let's see here. That wasn't a great initiative roll, so that's that.
Haha.
Okay, looking at them, yes, they all look like they're plain street thugs, and their clothing is rather ratty as they make their way over towards you. This crossbow shot fires out, and Traskin, you actually have enough time to block it. Pulling your shield in that direction, it bounces off before everybody quickly runs up from their hiding spot, and one guy shouts, "Get him!" and they all just mob you.
Oh, thank
Powell,
God.
you're first to go.
Well, I guess I'm gonna wipe the snow out of my eye.
It stings, but you'll make it.
And alright, let's see here. You know what? Fuck these guys. I need to go make Silva happy. Wait, that's not how I measure distance in this. Alright. Go on, stand right in between who fucking wants them, and do either of these guys have their like sword pointed at me, or both of them, or?
Yeah, as you run forward, kind of seizing on the initiative and moving before they can get out of their hiding spots, all of them are keenly looking at you.
Alright. Well, first and foremost, I'm gonna cast Bless as my action.
Okay.
And I'm going to use it on all of my teammates and myself.
Okay. So that's concentration, gives you, what, a plus, like a d4 to your attacks?
Roll an extra d4 on any attack roll or saving throw.
Okay, alright, so there's your turn, unless you have a bonus action.
Nope, that's it for now.
Airless, you're up.
I don't know if Bastion's like old enough to hear me, but I say, like, stay away. So
Okay.
that he knows to not interfere in this fight. And I'm gonna move right here. I'm in range, and I'm gonna attack this bandit.
Okay.
we get party wiped by thugs, I'm gonna cry.
Oh god.
Reroll,
You also
please.
get a D4.
Yep, plus D4.
Oh, alright. Well, I mean, I gotta pick it up and drop it first anyways. Alright.
You reroll that.
Oh, you wanna reroll? Alright. Roll this. +5 + 1, 11.
11. Okay. Unfortunately, you miss. And as you swing out, one of them ducks quickly, avoiding your strike.
Alright, can I do an action surge and attack again?
Sure.
Uh, 24.
24. Definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Alright. Eight, 9, 11.
11. Okay. So you swing out, and with a very powerful strike, you manage to actually cut through this bandit here, and his body just kind of slaps back against the wall before falling over in a pool of blood.
God, wait, can I, before my turn ends, can I just quickly, like, see if I can see the ages of these dudes? Are they, like, dudes or children? Because that was not a very great hit.
These people, their appearances are somewhat concealed. They look like they're probably in their 20s or 30s.
Oh, alright, I'll kill him. Yeah, so that's it. I'll go with my turn.
You're up, Tarascan.
Alright, gonna rush over to this one.
Okay.
That's the one with the crossbow.
Yeah, he
right?
just shot at you and you blocked it.
And I'm going to, I'm just gonna slash at him with my Thorn Blade.
Okay.
Oh,
Thanks.
plus the D4.
It's so cold in my room, I'm starting to sniffle right now.
Lucky.
Let me turn off my AC.
That's 13 to hit.
13 hits. Roll damage.
Alright. Get that D4 out.
Do you add it to damage? Oh no, the Mythic Blade.
Yeah. That's 7 damage.
7. Okay. Slashing across here, you get a good strike. He's still standing.
Alright, I'm
you've
gonna War
wounded him.
Priest. Yeah, attack again with War Priest.
Okay.
Alright, well that's an 8 to hit.
8 does not hit.
Okay, that's my turn.
Alright. Next up, these enemies attack you. Let's do the attack on Tarascan first.
Okay.
This man drops his crossbow and leaps forward, managing to stick a dagger in between your armor and stabs into your chest here. Oh, dealing.
He beat a 19?
Yep. You
God
rolled a
damn.
19 before modifiers.
Oh.
I'd
He
love
stabs
to-
you for 4 damage, this dagger now kind of sticking out of your chest.
Great.
And over towards here, this man rushes forward and attacks you, Airless, and the other two look over and decide who they want to go for. Oh, attacking Pavel, both of them.
I'm like, if I can get like a triple riposte and kill them all, because they don't seem to be very strong.
There we go. Let's see here. So one attack on Airless. Airless does a 11 hit.
No, can I riposte?
Please, yeah.
Aha, it does a 23 hit.
23 hits.
Get wrecked, son. Oh. Eight, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 damage.
Okay. This man swings out and misses. You step forward, and the end of your greatsword goes plunging past his leather armor and through his chest. And then when you pull it out, he falls to the ground dead. The other two make some attacks on you, Pavel.
Okay.
Let's see. One of those is pretty high. That's a 21. The other one gets a
That will hit.
17.
That one will not.
Okay. You take... Let's see here. Okay. 2 points of damage as one of them slashes you with his short sword. And it's your turn.
I'll turn to the one who hit me, and just say, "Stay in your fucking lane."
Wow,
And swing at him.
What is a lane?
All right, so that's a 5 plus a 2 plus a 1. That's an 8.
Okay, you miss your whirlwind.
God damn, I'm useless.
Tilva is like giving that disapproving motherly frown.
She really is.
Is that your turn?
That'll be it for my turn. No bonus action.
Airless, you're up.
Alright, I'm going to attack this bandit,
Okay.
and if it hits... Aha! Does a 17 hit.
17 hits.
Okay. Oh, am I... No, it doesn't matter anyways. I'm gonna make it a trip attack.
Okay.
Oh my god.
It's not
1,
great.
2, 3, 4, 5, it's 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay. This man is still alive, and... Let's see. Is it a DC 13?
Yep.
Fails and is knocked to the ground.
Alright, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Next up, Raskin, it's you. You're across the way here.
Great. That is a 19 to hit.
19. What?
Yeah, 4 plus 10 plus 5.
Oh, I missed the little d4. I was like, how the fuck? Yeah, that definitely hits. Roll damage.
It rolls.
I ran a side session. I gave these guys an attack item.
I feel kind of bad for these bandits. They don't really have a chance.
That is 13 damage.
Okay, this time you lash out and your blade just runs across his neck. Blood gets sent out almost in like little pieces of red ice that shatter on the ground and he falls over dead.
Oh. Interesting. Alright, and then I'll just use my movement to get all the way over here.
Okay. After that, this man disengages, clearly seeing he's done in for, and runs off down the road as best he can. And Pavel, it's your turn.
And I will use Abjure Enemy, my channel divinity.
Okay, what does that do?
So that is going to fear him. Let me see. I'll get you the proper wording here. I almost always have my book open. This is the one time I don't.
It's okay. It happens.
Alright. So it should be...
Vengeance. You present your holy symbol and speak a prayer of denunciation. One creature within 60 feet that you can see, that creature must make a wisdom saving throw unless it is immune. Frightened. It's frightened for 1 minute. Stab it.
The creature's 0 speed if he fails.
You have to be seeing him, though.
Yeah, so you'll have to run around the corner and do this, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so move yourself around.
Move as much as I can here.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, what about the other bandit?
It's
On the
just
ground.
towards one.
But, I know, but what about his action?
Yeah, he makes an opportunity attack at you, but misses.
Okay.
And make your way around the corner. This man fails the save and is stuck there in place.
I just kind of like finished with the rest of my action, pretty much the dash to catch up.
Okay.
And I walk next to him like, you're not going anywhere. And just kind of thinking Tilma's name, I'm getting my fucking kid killed.
Okay, he looks terrified of you as you run up to him. And Airless, it's your turn.
Alright.
Sorry, this man gets up off the ground, and I should have done this last turn. We're gonna do this attack here before we do that.
Alright.
He misses. It is your turn.
I riposte?
Go for it, yeah.
I mean, I know it's probably not something I can do, but, I want, if I can riposte, can I just try to knock him out with, like, the butt of my sword instead of killing him?
Sure.
Feeling merciful today with my fucking D12. With my natural 20.
Okay. You hit him square in the forehead right where you need to, sending him back down onto the ground, knocked out.
Oh, thank you, Lucian. You made it easy. All right.
Well, you got
I'll
a 20, so.
Well, yeah. All right.
4d6 and 2d8. Damn.
Oh wait, I didn't. All right. Okay, yeah, that's it.
Okay. Let's see. After that, Tarasca, it's your turn. Pavel has run after somebody and used some sort of magic on him. He seems like he's, like, frozen in fear.
I'm not gonna stop his blood sport. I'm gonna just walk over to the airless and just interrogate this one.
Yeah, well, I wanna ask for your manacle and key.
All right.
All right. I'll just use my manacle and key on him.
This man makes an attack on you, Pavel, with disadvantage because he's terrified. And he gets a very low one of 14. Are you okay?
I'm perfectly fine.
Alright, it's your turn.
Alright, let's do this. We're gonna switch to the gold dice because it works much better.
Okay.
Swinging the hit with Divine Strike.
There it is.
So 19 plus the 1, so that's
Yep.
20. Alright.
Definitely hit.
There's 3d8. Oh yeah, and I didn't even have my to hit. Nice. Alright, let's roll all 3 of these. Woo! Why do I do it like that? Alright, so 10 plus damage 3, so which is 13 damage.
Where are you swinging at him with your axe?
The throat?
Okay. There's a blinding light that covers your axe just as it's finishing, like, the last foot of movement into him. And then when it strikes, it, like, suddenly goes incredibly bright. And when you can see again, severed head is on the ground, and there's, like, a seared, sort of smoky essence that's coming off of both the stump of his neck on his body and on his head. Also, he's dead.
Are you sure? Do I need to
Are you
make
sure
that
he's dead? I kind of feel bad. I'm just gonna tell Josh. I kind of feel bad for these guys.
The one
You
who tried
are-
aiming an arrow from my head.
No longer
I
in
know.
combat.
It's just.
I just kind of
I mean, like, a
body.
table talk, if you think of, like, a cinematic of what just happened, me and Pavel were over here. One made an attack on me, missed, and I stabbed him through the chest. The other one made an attack on me, I dropped him on his ass and then knocked him out. Like, I mean, I feel like it would have been, like, a 2-second fight sequence. But, I'd say, one of you guys just go get the guard, I'll watch these bodies, and...
Well, if they're in manacles, if this one's in a manacle, then I'll pick it up and,
Oh, well, don't bring him with you, just for now get the guards over here, they need to see the scene. Yeah,
I'm just standing over my kill. I'm like,
They-
you fucked with the wrong follower.
we're way outside of a large city, so they might not even be used to thugs.
yeah, I'll
Roll a
We're
wisdom
probably
check,
about to go
please,
to jail
Pavel.
because it looks like a murder.
Pavel.
Wisdom check. Pavel.
Oh, isn't? Oh, I didn't hear. Okay.
D20, let's go. Natural 20. Eh.
That's a 9.
Okay. You finish striking down this man and stare at his corpse laying there on the ground. Are you going to go and rejoin your group?
Nope, I'm just there.
Okay.
I'm gonna drag the bodies over to where that one is, near the main road, and, well, actually no, can I drag that body out over here with the others and drag the body from across the road over to here?
Sure. Yeah,
They're all in
Pavel,
one
eventually
area.
your kill is carted off down an alleyway.
God damn it.
Oh, you still have the head.
Yeah.
If you want to keep it as a
I'm
souvenir.
gonna take Ander and Bastion, like, still trying to just, like, see what I can do for them. Just go to grab some guards.
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
gonna,
they
I'm
had
gonna,
ducked behind a little set of barrels nearby, and they're fine.
can I slap this bandit, just waking him up?
Sure.
Well, I'm gonna just so
Why is this
fruitlessly
man
use
still
a
alive?
lesser
You know,
restoration.
I'm just gonna tell Pavel, you know, just... I'm feeling a bit merciful today, because, I mean, he's a thug, and as a thug in Aurelium, he's screwing over Aurelians. So, you know, I didn't
Battle
kill.
is not done until they stop breathing.
Hey, I swear to God. You know, I swear
Are you
to
swinging at him,
whatever.
Pavel?
Yup.
Roll with
I'm-
advantage, please.
No,
Well,
no,
that's
I'm...
a 15. Does that
No,
hit?
what the Dude!
Alright.
Can I, like, try to parry his attack?
Oh
Sure.
god! What have I done?
Alright, what do I have to...
Okay,
Well,
so
I-
what was your thing, a 15?
Yep, 15.
Okay. You're going to try and stop this, and because you're trying to act against him, go ahead and make for me a, let's see here, a dexterity saving throw as you try and block his blade.
What's my dexterity saving throw? -1. Alright.
You have to beat his attack, which was a 15.
So I have to get a 6. Do I have to get a... If I
You
get
have
a
a
15.
Yeah.
So I have to get a 16.
No,
or
you
higher.
can match it with 15.
So much-
No, I get a -1.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so you need to roll a 16.
Yes.
You know, I'm kind of fucking pissed at Pavel right now. Honestly, this is. I think this is when our second fight might happen.
You try to bring your greatsword across to block this strike, but Pavel mentions the battle's not over till everyone's dead, and down comes his axe, and Pavel, you get a second decapitation. His head rolls off here into the snowy streets.
I turn to Pavel and I'm done with you. You are ridiculous, and you know what? For that, I don't give a shit if I have to turn you into the guards. Oh, we took him as a prisoner, and you just fucking beheaded a man.
Turn to fight us.
He wasn't fighting us, he was unconscious and put in manacles. Does Tilva respect killing defenseless men? I mean, if I understood correctly, she liked victory in battle? I don't think that was exactly a battle, Pavel. You know, I thought your morals were pretty straight, but apparently that was bullshit.
So be it.
Interesting. The two of you argue as this body leaks out red out into the street, and with that, you will end the session.
Yeah, just the tenets of vengeance. No, ordinary foes might win my mercy, but sworn enemies do not.
Oh, wait. No, it's a saving throw, never mind. I'm like, wait, would I have gotten +5?
Okay. Well,
Oh my god.
that is that.
There we go.
Good God.
What was this session?
That's
Oh,
it for
I
tonight,
thought-
folks. Thanks for
Oh.
watching. A
Pavel's
big,
like, I'm the sensible one. No, sorry.
big ups to our players. You guys had an interesting one. Thanks to our audience for showing up, and to all of our patrons. You guys are the reason that we get to do this. You guys are great. Thank you very much. Maybe we'll catch you tomorrow when we have another group coming around late in the evening, and we're going to talk some random stuff, so if you want to kick around, go for it. Otherwise, we'll see you then. See ya.
Oh God.
What the actual fuck? Dude, are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?